lost as well.
Hello guys, hello and welcome back to SARS Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Welcome back to another episode of the Koora pod. We're here, back again. Apologies.
We keep increasing the number of Moroccans. Guys, next week there'll be another fifth one and a sixth and a seventh.
Guys, listen, if anybody watches the show and you're Moroccan and you want to come onto the show, just let me know, preferably from another team than Arsenal, because we're just all four of us Arsenal fans now. And we need somebody to come in here that's just of a different team. Do you know what I mean? I need it, please. But listen, we are back again. Apologies for the lateness. If I tell you why the reason why we're late, it's so embarrassing. But yeah, big up, man. So we're not going to get into it because it will cause a whole nother argument. But anyway, or disagreement, sorry. But listen, we are back again. Today we're going to be speaking about obviously the title race being over, discussing what went wrong on the Arsenal point of view. We're also going to be speaking about Kimich linked to Arsenal by Florian Plettenberg. So we're going to be speaking about that. We're also going to be speaking about Liverpool and their chase for Alexander Isak. Funds have apparently been freed for him and have been agreed by FSG. So we're going to be speaking about that. And we're going to be speaking about the top four race as well, because I feel like we need to discuss the top four race, because I don't know if you guys have seen from literally third down to like freaking 10th, bro. It's I think it's like 4 or 5 points, that difference between that position. So we're gonna do that, and we're actually gonna give our position our predictions for who gets into the top 5, because I think it's gonna be top 5. But listen, big up to everybody. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. I am joined by my brother Ashraf. I am joined by my brother Souls, and I am joined by my brother Sammy in the building, of course. How are we doing, my broskies, man?
Good. How are you guys doing? First of all, Ramadan Kareem to you all.
Yeah. Ramadan Kareem.
You know what? I can't lie. I'm such a fraud because I
Yeah,
was
you
meant
didn't
to
even
say
start
during
with
the
that.
intro.
Exactly.
I was meant to do that during the intro. I apologize to everybody. Ramadan Kareem to every single person celebrating and doing Ramadan this year. Of course, Ramadan Kareem to all my new Muslims and to the ones who are always been Muslims. But listen, Ramadan Kareem to you and your families. Hopefully, you have a good Ramadan, a blessed one with your families. Yeah, Ramadan Kareem and Ramadan Kareem to all you guys as well. But yeah, sorry, I was meant to do that on the intro, but I completely forgot.
It's okay, fraudulence. It's fine.
No, you guys threw me off with what happened before we turned the cameras on. Anyway, yeah, it threw me off massively. What I was gonna, wallahi, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, how you guys doing, man? How you guys doing?
Yeah, good, man.
Can't complain.
Can't complain. Big up to you guys for making conversations last, man. Anyway,
Well, no,
these
we're
guys are giving me one word replies, bro.
No. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, obviously, this is a football show, so when you ask how we're doing, we have to basically address it based on how our football club's doing, and the answer to that is not good. Actually, not good at all. Because, yeah, man, just it's not a good time right now to be an Arsenal fan.
Guys, he's doing this right now. Don't worry, because I promise you guys, we are gonna put this guy in the corner and we're gonna gegenpress him, because this is not the
Why for that?
not what was being said a couple of months ago. This is not what was being said on Ashraf's channel. Do you know what I mean? I followed Souls for a long time, or what he said. Do you know what I mean? I've followed him on AFTV. You know, mashallah, big up to you, man. مبروك عليك.
Look, I think my stance.
كبير. انا عرفت ايش تقول انت. انا I've been watching you, sorry. I know what you've said. I'm not
لا والله الحضرة دي ما تبدلتش. My stance hasn't changed.
No, I know what you say,
my
brother.
obviously I'm not going to go into it now. I'm going to let you introduce, but my stance has always been the same.
Brother.
The difference between us and you lot is you guys are very one-dimensional. I'm contextual across all aspects of reasons why things go wrong. You guys look at one person, one reason. I'm
why has it? So here's the question.
Because I'm
gonna start off with them. Let's start off with this question. How do you feel about, or what do you feel has gone wrong in this season apart from the injuries? Let's not mention the injuries.
No, you can't. No, see, I don't follow that.
No. Apart from the injuries, because that is one of the obvious answers to give. What else apart from the injuries has gone wrong?
Well, look, as I said, and again, my stance hasn't changed for the last month or two or three. This season has been a failure. And the reason why it's been a failure is a multitude of factors, as every logical Arsenal fan should have and understand. The first factor, and I'm going to put it in simple English, is that our recruitment going into the season wasn't the best. And Arteta banked on the fact that he was going to have an injury-free season, and the signings that he bought as replacements for the starting players were not good enough when the injuries happened. So Sterling, and we let go of Smith Rowe, Nketiah, Fabio Vieira, and we didn't bring in adequate replacements. And
going in, will answer for it.
No. Let me finish. Going into the season, I think our recruitment was poor. So that's reason number one. Okay. Reason number two is injuries, which is we've had a massive amount of injuries from the start of the season. Now it's a lot worse, but it was happening from the start of the season. We had Gabriel out against Fulham. We had key injuries across our entire squad. Odegaard was out for 3 months. Isak has been out now for 3 or 4 months. We've had our best players out in the big part of the season. Okay, we can't undeny that. Odegaard and Saka have both been out for large periods of time. We've had Gabriel out. We've had most of our starting team in terms of our main key players out. So injuries plays a fact. So that's number two why this season has been going bad. And number three is poor tactical decisions from the manager, which the manager has to take blame for. And I've never denied that. And I've always said Arteta is to blame for some of the games and some of the tactics and some of the subs. Like against Everton, when we subbed off Odegaard after 60 minutes at 0-0 and put on bloody Zinchenko, poor tactical decision. He's made poor decisions. And I agree with Ashraf in terms of he's let us come out in second halves at times too defensive. So there are three aspects as to why we've been poor this season and why the season has been a failure. It's that simple. I'm not going to now sit there and go, oh, all of that ultimately goes back to Arteta. Arteta should leave. Arteta is the problem. No, I'm looking at a multitude of factors and I'm blaming it on multiple things. And I'm saying the season's been a failure. I'm really upset about it. I'm flipping pissed. But I can be pissed and still disagree with the way you guys look at things, because you guys look at things and then it always goes back to Arteta. If Havertz misses a chance, oh, Arteta bought him. If this guy gets injured, Arteta didn't sign a replacement. It's like you link everything back to the manager, and that is an agenda ridden, biased view to look at football, and that's why I disagree completely with you two up there, because that's the way you guys look at football, and I can't agree with that stance.
By the way, you should say 3 because Sammy's in our court, bro. So
no, I would like to address some of the points that he mentioned.
Go ahead, Sammy.
Yeah, you're saying that it's not only Arteta's fault and it's the board. I agree with you. The board should have backed up the club when they need the player. That's understandable. But you're saying that you have to exclude Arteta from the blame.
I didn't say that.
I mean, in certain aspects, you're saying that, or you are trying to push that narrative that it's not only Arteta's fault, but it's a multiple of factors. But I would say the main root cause is him.
How?
Because he's the guy who puts the players on the pitch. He's the guy who decides the formation to play. He's the guy who decides which players to play and how to play, and the instruction from him to the players. And moreover, he's the guy who's preparing them, right? Let's agree that in training sessions or in pre-seasons or whatever, that he installed in the players what he wants, his vision, right? Let's agree on that point. So his way of playing is not working. His way of training the players is fucking up our players. They are getting injured. Yes, he didn't get backed up for players to rotate. That's also on him. He burned out his players. I cannot see anybody to blame here.
So just to kind of clarify, I just said very simply, Sammy, that the recruitment, which is the first reason, is to blame Arteta and the board, because Arteta banked on the fact that he'd get no injuries, and our starting 11 is actually amazing when they're all fit.
Agreed.
So the backup players he bought, he didn't buy well enough backups. That's Arteta's fault. Yes. His tactical decisions in game, I referenced one of them to you, are his fault. So I don't know why when I reference multiple factors, you guys turn it around to me going, I'm shifting the blame away from Arteta. No, I'm blaming Arteta, but I'm saying there are a multitude of factors as to why these things happen. An article came out, Arteta came out just last week and said, I'm not in full control of signings. I wanted Watkins. We couldn't get him, and we needed a number 9. He even said, I don't know if you guys ever run a business, but we literally say that Arteta is not the be-all, end-all of Arsenal Football Club. He doesn't come into the room and say, I don't want Watkins, I'll wait till the summer. I don't want him, I want him. No, he has to answer to people above him.
Okay, let me just ask you a very simple question. I'm not going to go to the detail. I'm going to ask you a very, very simple question. Do you believe Mikel Arteta can deliver trophies for Arsenal? Say yes or no.
Yes, but because if
on what basis?
On the basis of he took us within 2 points of winning a Premier League title. So when you can take us that far to when you're literally 1 game away from winning the Premier League title, you can obviously win the Premier League title. There's just small improvements that need to be made. So that's the basis that I'm saying. If your argument as to
what about the cups?
Domestically, he hasn't been good enough.
So
what's the question?
Where do you go? Where do you go from here? I mean, you're saying that he's 2 points away. That's in the league. Yes, I agree with you. He was 2 points, but in the cups, he never passed the round 3 or round 4 from the FA Cup.
Yeah, 4th round, yeah.
And the League Cup, it's
not been good enough. But it's not been good enough. But then there's a lot of Arsenal fans who don't actually rate these competitions, like someone on this call here, who even if he won that competition and finished, let's say 3rd or 4th or whatever, they still wouldn't rate him because of that competition. So ultimately, we have to look at he's already won an FA Cup. Let's just put it out there now, regardless of what you say and when he came in and what he did, he beat Man City and Chelsea to win the FA Cup, 2 very hard semi-finals and finals, and beat both of them to win the title, to win the cup. Arsenal fans' main goal is the Champions League and the Premier League. And Sammy, maybe you can agree with me on this because these two above me don't. I've said multiple times, if a manager comes in from 8th place with a really bad squad and takes us from that point to where we are now in terms of a title challenging team, you can't base every manager's merit on, oh, how come Slot won a trophy and Arteta didn't? How come Slot won the Premier League but Arteta didn't? Arteta
Nobody
didn't come
used
in
that.
in the same.
Nobody used that.
No, I'm not saying you did, but I'm saying that Arteta didn't come in the same position as Slot. Slot came in with a much better team. So it's not based on have you won, have you didn't. It's based. I keep saying this. It's not a given to win a Premier League title. It's earned by the fact of who's around you, who's against you. Are there better teams coming up against you? There's a multitude of factors. But Ashraf and Saad, my issue with them is that they think they have a view on Arsenal that has never been Arsenal and that will never be Arsenal. But they want to push this narrative like, oh, we're going to become a club that just sacks Arteta this season, gets another manager. If he fails, sack him, get another one. We've never been that sort of club. We will never be that sort of club. And I don't care whether you
know, I would back Arteta if he wins any cup.
Nobody said that, bro.
If he wins a League Cup, I'm going to back him up.
No, it is. But their point of view is now because Arteta's had his first regressive season this year, he should be sacked and we should go for another manager who will come in and win a Premier League title next year or win a Champions League next year. And if that manager doesn't win that, then then we should. If we sign Ancelotti this summer and he finishes 4th next year, I asked this question to Ashraf. He said we should sack him. So my point is that any manager who comes in after Arteta, Sammy, could easily turn around next season and go, these guys are not my players. I want more players. I want different players. I don't want Moreno. I don't want.
We debunked that point already.
So managers can come in and need years of change for them to see success. So I'm saying
this is the thing. If you are an owner of a business, okay, let's put it in a very simple example. If you're an owner of a business and you employ a CEO or CFO, whatever, and then in 5 years he's not delivering for whatever reason. You wanna go to the details. He had a lot of issues. Personnel were not good. Injuries, whatever. But after 5 years, he's not delivering the numbers that expected from the owner or from the shareholders or from whatever. What do you think the decision of the board will be? To keep this guy or to move on with a different way or a different person, or what do you think? If it was your personal business.
No. In that context that you've just used, which I think is very different from a football club, because football club have different measurements of success. Because for some football clubs,
the measurement is a trophy, man. I want any.
No, it's not. No, it's not, because for some clubs, finishing 4th is an achievement. For the owners, they make a lot of money from finishing 4th. So it's a different analogy. But even if we use that analogy, I would say sack him. But by the way, Sammy, I don't know if Ashraf and Saad have told you this. I'm not saying I want Arteta to stay and sign a new contract. I'm saying he's had his first regressive season this year. Give him the summer to go and sign and rectify the issues in the squad. And then next season, give him one more chance to go in and try and win a Premier League title. If he doesn't win it next year, and we have another further regressive season next year, I would say sack him. I think, based on every... Wait, let me I want to this last thing. Based on everything I've said there, Sammy, I think I've made a very logical reason as to what's happened this year, split the blame across multiple factors, given Arteta criticism, accused him of failing this season, but also been knowledgeable and rational in understanding football and how football business works. Giving them another year, go back into the market. You have your team. You build this team. This is your fucking stuff. This is your team. Your team. Go in, win a title next year, and if you don't,
would you trust him with another 200 mil or 300 mil, whatever we have available in this summer?
I would trust Arteta more to spend 200 mil and finish off a team worth 700 mil that he paid for than bring in another manager, give him 200 mil, and let him play with a team that isn't his. Any person that understands football logic will understand that. These guys don't. So my position's very.
Ash, are you gonna go first?
But these guys are. Let me
want
to turn us into a year-on-year club. We're not a year-on-year club. We'll never be a year-on-year club. And in my opinion, Saad and Ashraf are completely delusional. That's it.
Okay. So I didn't interrupt you. So now I'm gonna go. You don't interrupt me even once. Please.
Okay, but I want to interrupt you. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna go on mute, but please address my points without personal insult.
Yeah.
You like to do. I'm gonna destroy him.
You did personally.
Talk about what I've said. No. Talk about what I've said. Address my points. I'll stay silent. Go on.
You did personal insults by calling us delusional, so you have no right to say don't do anything. I can say whatever I want. Secondly, this you see how Souls plays this kind of crazy game. He plays this subtle game of like, Yeah, I think he should go one more season.
He won't address my point.
I'm addressing your points. Could you shut up? I didn't interrupt you. He should go another season. And if he has another regressive season, so he's left a little window there to say, not if he doesn't win trophies next season. He could not win trophies, but progresses from this season, it's okay. But if he doesn't win trophies and regresses us from this season, that's then I would sack him. So for me, he's already left another season of not winning trophies and mediocrity to accept that Arteta is staying. The issue for me with what he said, and this is, I'll give you guys my opinion on what I think with the manager. For starters, I never, ever have, even with players, not just managers, any emotional attachment to the manager or the players. So for me, I look at them as employees. Yes, there are some that are legends of the club that obviously you end up having some emotional connection with. Arteta isn't that. He was he was a decent captain for us, won a couple of FA Cups. He's been a good manager for us. He's taken us from the dumps and built us up really well. The reality is, the way I look at it is, for Arteta to win a Premier League or Champions League next season, because yes, those are the things I'm going to be judging him on more than anything, not the FA Cup and the League Cup. I'm not saying him winning an FA Cup or a League Cup is, souls, what the hell is going on with the camera, bro? Like, I think just leave it how it was before. It was really good. I'm not saying he shouldn't win an FA Cup or a League Cup. Obviously, he should try and win an FA Cup or a League Cup. But that will not be enough for me, given how much money we have spent, given where we have come, given the players we have, and everything that's going on. I think Arteta, unfortunately, from what I've seen, can only win the league under perfect conditions. Meaning, we shouldn't have any injuries. There shouldn't be any major competition. City should not be back to where they were last couple of seasons, which is probably not going to happen. They will strengthen this summer and will come back. And if all these things happen, I think Arteta has proven over the last couple of years that he doesn't have it in him. I think he's a very good manager that built us from the dumps, but I think he's shown that he doesn't have it in him to take us past that finish line. Like next season, if there's a title race between him and Pep, and let's say Liverpool get lucky again next season with injuries, everyone is fit for majority of the season, and let's say Salah and Van Dijk renew and stay. If Arteta goes up against Slot and Pep, if Arsenal go up against Liverpool and Man City next season in a title race, I don't think Arteta has the know-how or the skill set to be able to take us over the line. I think he's shown that over the last couple of seasons. He's shown that this season when City fell off tremendously. Yeah, people say, oh, injuries, but I think there are 4 or 5 games I can reference where we drop points and it has nothing to do with our injuries. Nothing, like zero, nada. Nottingham Forest is the one game actually I can look at and say, that is one game I'll give context to Arteta for. Like, yes, if we had our attackers, I think we would have won that game. Because I think everything else Arteta did that game, from the way he set up the defense, the way he set up the midfield, the way we were moving forward and creating chances, or at least trying to create chances, I can see, yes, there were no strikers to make those. The Forest game, the last Forest game. That's the one game where I can say if we had a Saka, if we had a Martinelli, if we had a Havertz, we were just missing that clinical edge up top, and we were missing those runs behind the defense. Because I don't think the attackers we had in Moreno, Waneri, and Trossard were making good runs behind. But the midfield and defense, I thought, were playing quite well. And we also completely shut down Forest from having any serious chance. But if Arteta goes again next season, unless the conditions are perfect, and let me break it to you guys, it's not going to happen. We're not going to have this perfect simulation where everyone is fit for majority of the season and City are going to be crap again and Liverpool are going to go crap again. It's not going to happen. The probability of it happening is quite low. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but the probability of it happening is quite low. And because of that, I don't think we should stay with him. There is so many examples. I know Souls touched on this thing of, yeah, but I'd rather trust this new manager who can spend 200 million, trust Arteta to spend 200 million on a 700 million squad he built. That is an absolute fallacy and myth in football and has been debunked 1,000,001 times by many new managers coming in to new teams that was struggling the season before, and their new ideas and fresh ideas took that team to competing. I can go back all the way to 2008, 2009, when Barcelona let go of one of their legendary managers in Frank Rijkaard, who won them the Champions League in 2006. They finished 18 or 19 points behind Real Madrid that season. Literally, next season, this guy comes in, Pep Guardiola. Yeah, he signs 1 or 2 players. I think he got Dani Alves that season, and I don't remember who else he signed. By the way, Dani Alves wasn't the Dani Alves we know now. Dani Alves was a novice. He was a young right back. Nobody even thought he was at any top quality level. And he took that Barcelona team and absolutely dominated with his ideas. Carlo Ancelotti took a team from, I can't remember if it was Scolari or whoever was sacked the previous year, and freaking won the double with Chelsea in his first season. Luis Enrique came to a Barcelona that was struggling against Atletico Madrid and the other teams in 2014 and won the treble with them in his first season. There's many examples. Slot has come to this Liverpool team, taken this Liverpool team that is Klopp's team. Klopp built this team. Klopp's football style was imprinted on them and is managing to win a league with them this season and also top the Champions League groups and has a decent chance of winning it. I don't think they'll win it, but they have a good chance. Barcelona got Xavi. First season, incredible season when they literally, I don't remember where they were when he first took over. They finished second, slapping up Madrid and many other teams in that second half of the season. And then the next season, he went and won La Liga with them. And now Hansi Flick is coming in his first season to Barcelona. And Barcelona is the best example of Arsenal because they're also filled with a bunch of young players. They're also filled with a bunch of young talents that don't have that world-class experience or haven't been doing this for the last 6, 7, 8 years. Barcelona is another team that's been killed with injuries. They've not had their main two center-backs all season. Araujo and Christensen have been injured, right? And they've had to play Kubarsi, who's 17 or 18-year-old, and Iago Martinez. They haven't had their main center-backs. And yet, right now, they're top of La Liga. They have a chance of reaching a Champions League final in their bracket. Hansi Flick has come and made all these...
Can I ask you a question?
I'm about to land.
No, but bro, Sammy asked me questions mid-conversation. It's a conversation, you know. It's not just a monologue. So what? I have one question for you. So you mentioned Barcelona and you mentioned what they've done. The question I have for you,
I mentioned all the teams
about Arsenal's situation and not referencing football. If a new manager was to come in this summer, what would be the only acceptable season from the new manager coming in the summer that you'd allow him to stay?
The same acceptable thing I expected from Arteta this season, which is progression, right?
No.
If I don't know. I'm explaining. Wait, I don't know where we're going to finish. Obviously, it looks like I think we're definitely finishing second. I really doubt a team will come and overtake us, but we're probably going to finish with like 82, 83 points. Sorry, maybe not even. Maybe like 77, 78, 79.
We can't get 80. We can't get over 80 in it or over 89.
I don't know. I haven't done the calculation, to be honest. But my point is, if a new manager comes in, what expectation did I have of Arteta at the start of the season? Sad, do you remember what we were discussing? I was saying if he progresses us, I'm happy to back him again. I even gave an example of an extreme scenario where we don't win any trophy, but I would still back Arteta. Like if we finish with 90 plus points in the league, if we reach a Champions League semi-final, I would still look at it as progression and say, you know what? Like he's still gone, even though he's moving at snail pace, at least he's moving at some pace forward. He's not regressing. So for me, if a new manager comes in, to answer your question, Souls, that's exactly what I would look at. I would look at, is this manager going to progress us from where Arteta left us in his last season? And as long as the new manager keeps progressing us, I'll keep backing that manager. And we keep moving, and we keep moving, and we keep moving.
For me, firstly, I think Souls is bringing up a couple of points, and do you know what I mean? It was you were trying to, in parts of it, you were trying to tell us what you wanted us to hear, which was, I'm putting blame on Arteta. I understand.
I'm not telling you what I want to hear. I'm telling you.
Hold on. Habibi, Safi, you spoke.
Yeah,
and now I say 5 words, and then you automatically you know what I mean, just interrupt him.
Yeah, but you're saying what I want
to hear. No, but hold on. You said it sounded like you're telling us what you want.
No, I'm telling you what I believe.
Here. But regardless, yeah, let's forget about that. Yeah. You say this isn't Arsenal, this and that, yeah? You say we're not that club. You want us to be this type of club that just gets rid of managers and this and that. Brother, we got rid of Emery, bro. If we were that club, if we were really that club, bro, would we have gotten rid of Emery? Or would Emery still be here and they'd be backing him and they'll be trying this whole family stuff and, you know, family style. Let's put all the food out on the table and everybody grab a little piece. Like, would we be doing that with Emery? Or did we just bin him off, bro? So that already, your point doesn't make sense. Your point there of this whole we're not that kind of club, it doesn't make sense because they done it to the previous manager. Straight away, one season, bang, he kind of fell off a little bit. Bang, gone. You're off. But with this manager, they didn't do that. So I can name other managers that we've sacked after one season. But regardless, let's look at what Arteta has done. Yeah, I understand that you're saying, injuries, this and this and that. I knew this was going to be an excuse that many people pulled out of the bag. I knew as soon as Saka went down, and fun fact, I even said this on in that episode of Sardex Ash, because back then it was Sardex Ash. I said this to Ash. I said, watch this Saka injury right now. He's long term. Watch how this becomes the excuse for why we didn't win the league this season. If we don't win it, watch what happens. I said it because I knew that this fan base, although we're having these injuries, they won't look at the main thing, which is why did we not get more players in January? Why did we not go and get strikers rather than a midfielder, rather than another left back for some reason that Arteta wanted and Arteta pushed for? Like, why are we getting these players? Mikel Merino is 100% an Arteta player. You can see, bro. You can see.
So at that point, you agree with one of the reasons why.
But
the recruitment in the summer. I said, with that point you just made about recruitment, you agree with my point as to it being one of the reasons why.
Yes, but the problem with you is when you say recruitment in the summer, you don't make it sound like as if Arteta is at all to blame for any of that. You try and take that blame off of him, and it's like you're just pushing it towards the Cronkies and the Khalas. It's their fault, and then Arteta is just the guy that assisted, and that's the reason why I say that is because you preferenced it at the start by saying, "Guys, we just saw the David Ornstein tweet. He wanted Watkins. Arteta said he wanted Watkins, but it was up in the board's hands."
Yeah, but when Sammy just said what you said a minute ago, he said that. I simply replied to him by stating Arteta is to blame for not signing the players in the summer.
Okay, Khalas, that's fine. You understood that. That's it. It's all good. Let me move on to my next point. I don't know why you're smiling like that, bro. Why am I smiling like that? Like as if you got one W.
Guys are agreeing. Because you guys are agreeing.
He smiled like as if he got one.
Not really. We're saying Arteta should go in the summer. You're saying Arteta should.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Hold on, Sammy. No,
it's a very simple question. I just want to see.
I have another point.
Okay, go ahead.
This is like my main point, bro.
All right.
Because this is one of the main points why Arteta, for me, I have lost hope in him, and I don't think that he's going to win us the league. There was a stat that I read out, which was mad. That I read out in the last episode, which was, I think, in the last 20 games that we played against Aston Villa, West Ham, Newcastle, and Nottingham Forest.
Fulham.
In those last four,
Fulham.
Fulham. Yeah, in the last 20 games that we played against those four teams, we've only won 4. And then we've drawn, I think, 5 and lost 11. Yeah, a crazy stat, by the way. This Arteta guy, listen, I've backed Arteta for a minute. I've done this whole progress. I've done this whole, you know what I mean? I'm back in the process. I made a promise to myself, that if Arteta goes and challenges for a league title or gets us in that top 4 and challenges and actually shows some promise, I'm gonna back this guy 100%, and I did. When he done it that first season, which was unexpected, it even surprised me because I thought we might try for top 4 again. You know what I mean? We might try and push for top 4. If we get 3rd, bro, I'm screaming, I'm gassed. If we get 3rd, but we're gonna try and push for the top 4. I was like, okay, halas. That first season, I can't really hold them to rights there, but you've shown that you can get this team to a certain standard. Now you have to maintain that standard that you reach. Don't do a 1 season wonders and then all of a sudden go back to shit. Yeah. We started to go with the process. Yeah. Khalas. The process, trust in the process. The second season, we went again. And then you speak about he had him to 2 points. He pushed Man City to the final day. By the way, he wouldn't have had to push for the City to the final day because he would have won it on the final day if he hadn't made a bozo decision again, like he did that last season, making bozo decisions against Southampton, against Liverpool, against all of these teams, players losing their heads, not bringing certain players on, bringing freaking Kivior on in that first season that we challenged in Anfield, brother. Can you imagine bringing a player that just came in, hasn't played a lick of football, and we're bringing him on at Anfield in the middle of shit hitting the fan, bro? Imagine.
It wasn't Kivior. It was
Regardless.
Holding that started.
So then you agree with my second point, which is that Arteta's tactical decisions have been poor.
Can I just land the point and then you can say you agree the point? You agree. It's okay. Khalas. In the second season that he challenged, in the second season that he challenged, you're then telling me that he comes up against Aston Villa. It's a winnable game, bro. It is a winnable game. And you're telling me that this guy decides to, some wild idea comes into his head. I'm going to move Havertz from striker where he's been performing. I'm going to put him into midfield. Another bozo decision. And then this season is worst of all, bro. I don't know what's been happening because you're saying injuries. You're saying this, one of these factors, yeah? But the reality of it is that even when we didn't have the injuries, you could see from the start of the season, bro, that he's been entering games with a negative mindset. Players themselves coming out and saying, I can't go and attack because I need to do my defensive duties first. Like this is one of the main issues that I have. What's going on? Saka said this. Saka said it after when they asked him, why do you not attack so much? He says, I have to go back and help my defensive duties.
In what season did he say this?
He said this season, Habibi, in the Champions League game. Champions League game.
What was his G at the time?
I'm not sure. I think it was 11 assists or 10 assists maybe at that time or something like that. Might have been 10 assists and like 4 goals or something.
3 goals.
So his attacking output was quite good at the time.
Yes, but regardless, you could see that he wasn't attacking enough. He wasn't attacking enough. He kept on going back and back and back to play freaking right back. This guy was covering the right back while the right back was playing right back. So this is the thing. When you look at Arteta and you look at the way that he's gone with this whole team, yeah, and with this season, he already went into it with a negative mindset. I think, and listen, Ash just said that I think they played very well against Nottingham Forest. Defense played well, and some of the midfielders played well. I think Declan Rice had a terrible game, in my personal opinion. But in regards to Odegaard, in regards to the attacking players, something has gone from that, and it was a key thing that has left that team, and especially in that Nottingham Forest game, it was that press. You know, we're always talking about that press from the front. The players are pressing as a unit, and they push, and they try and force them to lose the ball. That wasn't even there in that Nottingham Forest game. I watched that whole game. I didn't even see it once. Not even Odegaard doing it. Odegaard can't even be bothered to do it. And he was the one that was normally starting it. So this is why I think these players are tired and I think they need a new voice. That's where I stand on this whole thing. I hope that Mikel Arteta can prove me wrong. I hope that he can somehow do a miracle thing in the Champions League and somehow win it, bro. That I would sit here, I would apologize, and I would take everything back about Mikel Arteta because he is cooking something. But in my personal opinion, I don't see any future with this guy. And listen, if we go with him next season, brother, I'm gonna go into that season thinking, right, this is just vibes, and let's just see what happens. Do you know what I mean?
And look, just to reiterate, I think he can win. It's just that everything has to be perfect for him to win.
No. It's not even that. Not for me. It's not in the time frame that I want to. I think he can win, but I think he needs maybe 2 more years or 3 more years.
No. I'm saying he can even win next. Yeah, I'm saying he can even win next season. Sorry, Sami, just last one. I think he can even win next season. But I'm saying for him to win, everything has to go perfect. Like as in, all his players have to be available. There has to be no major injury issues. Liverpool and City should both be crap. Chelsea should not be coming back from wherever they were and
it shows that he's inexperienced, Ashraf.
Exactly, which shows it, and that for me shows that we need to go for someone else.
So to be honest, I don't know what that statement of everything needs to be perfect. For me, that's just I don't really. For me, that's just a blanket statement because he came up against a City super team and came 2 points short. So
they were in a super team last season because last season they couldn't beat outside Man United. and then Spurs towards the very end when they had to win for the league. They couldn't beat any of the other top 6 teams.
So how many of that
They
team?
dropped 4 points against.
Okay,
Sami had a
Ashraf,
question
how
as
many
well.
of
Yeah,
that
sorry.
team I have one question for Ashraf. How many of that team last season won treble?
That's Sami was
the season before.
They didn't play at that level last season though.
I'm saying how many of that team are treble winners the season before?
What does that matter? The whole team. What does that matter?
Exactly. So what
does that matter? What's your point?
I'm going to reiterate my point again because I didn't say they were playing at that level last year. I'm saying a City super team. A super team is not based on one season. It's based on what they've achieved. That squad. Arteta was up against a City super team, and got us within 2 points of winning the Premier League title.
How many of those City treble team winners?
It doesn't need to go perfect.
How many of those City treble winners?
If Son scores that goal against Man City last minute, we win the league. That's how.
If we do our job against Villa, we win the league regardless. If we do our job against Villa, if we do our job against if we do our job against Villa, regardless of what happens to the Spurs game, we win the league. Souls, how many of those treble winners from City were playing with them this season?
I asked you that question.
No, this season, not last season. This season.
How many of them were playing last season? You're saying?
How many of them were from the treble winning season?
Well, they've. I don't know, but I'd probably say most of them, right?
So how come they are crap this season?
Yeah, they've dropped off. That's what I'm saying. But
last season also they dropped off. We just didn't capitalize.
No, exactly. But I'm not making that point. I'm saying that they're still treble winners. Those guys are still top quality players. Like for example,
my point is.
Liverpool dropped off the last 2 years.
I'm saying Liverpool can beat that City even when they are at that level, right? At least they will come super
No, but they can't though.
We cannot.
No, but
Arteta cannot get us there.
No, but Liverpool can't do it though.
No, they can because they did it in 2020 when they slapped
them up.
They
did it. What? They won it 1 year out of 5 that they challenged City.
Yeah, but the point is they did it. We will do it 0 out of 5. So 1 out of 5.
Okay, so
let me teach you math. 1 out of 5 is better than 0 out of 5.
Okay. So you're saying we're the worst out of 2 bad situations.
What? I'm saying.
Yes, you're saying we're worse. I know you're saying we're worse. We won it 0 out of 5, which obviously we haven't challenged 5 years yet. But you're saying we won it 0 out of 5.
We challenged 3. I'm saying if we challenge 2 more seasons, we'll win 0.
Oh, okay. So if Klopp won it once in 5 years, we've done it for 2 seasons now, and this is our 3rd one.
But the difference is, and that's a good point. The difference is the other 2 seasons he didn't win it. He finished with 92 and 97 points, which is at least better. The only season we had that's close to matching that is only 1 season, which was last season, and even then that was 89. That was not even close to the 92, let alone 97. So he's done it 3 seasons where he's finished with 92, 97, 99. He's won 1 of them with 99, and the other 2 he lost with 97 and 92. It's not an embarrassing season. In fact, the one he lost with 97, he won the Champions League that season. He won the Champions League that season. I agree. And the one he finished with 92, while I don't rate the cups, but he won the domestic double in terms of cups that season. So, which anyways, for me, it doesn't matter, but at least in the grand scheme of things, the total count when you win the Premier League and Champions League, these things also matter. We are nowhere there.
No, I agree with that point. I just don't agree with the premise that everything needs to be perfect. Then I could use that same argument for Slot this season and say if City were as good as they were last season, Liverpool would have not won the league, and that's a fact, by the way, because Liverpool haven't been the best this season. They've just been the best out of a bad bunch.
Liverpool are pacing towards finishing with 91 points right now. That's the Champions League.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why him saying it needs to be perfect makes sense? Yeah, because this season we get the whole thing about injuries. Last season we get the whole thing about
we just came up against a very good City team. City.
No, it's not even a City. It's not even City. It's refereeing decisions. And then at the end, when they realize that they can't continue to freaking push out this freaking refereeing business, they actually came out and said, okay, City is a very good team. We lost to a very good City team. The season before, Saliba. I actually agree with them. I agree. It was a good season. I agree with them. It was a good season. Yeah. Saliba, losing Saliba and having to play that freaking piece of shit.
Our last 2 seasons were good, by the way. Even last season was a good season.
Yeah. Having to play that piece of shit Rob Holding at centre-back, do you know what I mean? I can agree that was a big miss. But there always seems to be an excuse. There always seems to be something that's said. And that's why it makes sense that he says it has to be perfect for Arteta to win the league, bro. You should win the league, even though there are some factors which ain't going your way.
Which comes to my question, Saad.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask you guys, and I want to ask also the chat. How many of you guys said before the season started that this season he has to win or he has to go?
I said he has to progress us or he has to go. But for me, progression.
What is progression for you?
Progression was basically doing better than what he did last
And
season.
Don't tell me point tally, please.
No, but point tally is an important factor in that, Sami, because the reality is, in a league, how do you win a league? Who has the most points? So if you're progressing more in points, that means you are improving. But I've also said that if he does progresses in points this season, he will most likely win.
But he didn't progress as such. We regressed.
Exactly, 100%. That's why I'm saying he should be out this summer.
So what about you, Sols? Have you said beginning of the season if Arteta doesn't win us any trophy, he should go? Sols? You're in mute.
No, my stance is I'm projecting failure, because in my opinion, even if he finishes 1 or 2 points or 3 points above what he did last season, it's still failure. Because when you finish 2 points from the league last year, regardless of how good Liverpool are this year, you should be able to take it to further and win the Premier League. I think our only next step now, I don't give a shit about the FA Cup, our only next step now is to win a Prem or a Champions League. Right, because Arteta now has taken us from an 8th place finish, transitioned us, sold a lot of players, rebuilt the entire squad, transitioned us from a banter club, as we would say, 8th and 9th, to basically challenging and being in a top level Premier League team. So he's taken us from, let's say, 30% up to 90%. Now the question becomes, Sami, can he get us over the line for the last 10%? Can he win us the actual thing? And
you believe that?
And the two people above me think that he cannot, and I agree. And I agree with their stances in terms of why the season's had to happen. I agree with the recruitment, the tactical decisions, the injuries, everything. The only thing we disagree on is that I think he is capable of taking us to that Premier League title with improvements in the squad and in the team, with the money that he'll be allocated this summer, if he is allocated them. If he is not allocated the money this summer, then I think we'll struggle again next year. That's the only difference between our statements there. That's it. Tactically, I think he's a brilliant coach. I think he's a brilliant.
If we get injuries this next season as well, like we got this season, do you think he can win the league?
It depends on who he signs to replace those injuries. It all depends on the summer window. Sterling's not good enough.
Let's assume. I'm just gonna throw in names just to make it like clear. Do you rate Barcola from PSG?
Yeah.
Okay, let's assume.
I don't know what that means.
Let's assume we sign Barcola, we sign Gyökeres. Forget Isak, because Isak is unattainable. Let's say we sign Barcola, we sign Gyökeres, and we sign a backup right winger for Saka. So when Eddie can play as understudy for Odegaard.
Well, then we have to look at our midfield. Who's replacing Partey? Is Partey?
Yeah. Let's say Zubimendi replaces Partey. Let's say we get a young
Kimmich
talented midfielder, Kimich, or a young talented midfielder to replace Jorginho.
Yeah. Then if we sign a good backup right winger, if we sign Gyökeres, Barcola, and Zubimendi, and I think we have a high chance of winning the Premier League next year.
What if City also go and strengthen like crazy and buy a lot of quality players? Do you think he can beat Pep in a title race if both of them are having their best teams?
Well, look, I think if Pep's at his best, which I think they've signed 4 good players in January and they're still struggling. I don't know how Pep's going to be next year. He's still, his energy might be off. They still might fail. If Pep's at his best, by the way, if just let you know, Sammy, if Pep's at his best, no matter who we sign, even if we sack Arteta and bring any manager in world football, Pep will still beat him to the title and beat Slot to the title and beat whoever Arsenal manager.
He lost the league title to Mourinho. He lost the league title to Klopp. He lost the league title to
Conte. Mourinho's joined multiple.
No, Conte was his first season. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that he deserves the summer to go and rectify. If we get the signings that Ashraf just said now, which would be a dream window, by the way, I don't think we'll get all of them. But if we can get Barcola, if we can get, because I doubt next year we'll have the same injuries as we had this year. This year's been a freak. To have 5 attackers out in one go is mind games. Yeah. So if we get all of those players with our existing team,
not with the way we play football, I think we'll be a force to be reckoned with next year. I think I'll take it. But again, if we sign those players, Sammy, and we don't win the league next season, I'll be the first one to stand up here on this stream and say Arteta needs to go now, because you've been given a chance
just like I believe he deserves a chance because he's taken us from a banter club from 8th all the way to finishing being a title challenging team consistently. So I think if he doesn't do that, he deserves 1 year now because of what he's given us since 2015 or whenever he joined. I can't remember now. Sorry, 2019, whatever. Since he's come, he's given us. He's transformed our club, transformed it from the Aubameyangs and the Ozils. He's transformed the club. He deserves a year. I just cannot understand the premise of Saad Arash, who just sit there and say, "Oh, okay, thanks Arteta, you've done everything that you could do, which is fair. This season now, you've regressed us. Leave. Let's sign a new manager and let's go again next season."
Because he doesn't have credit. Because he doesn't have credit in the bank, Souls.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't
have a trophy. He doesn't.
That's exactly my point.
Sorry, he doesn't.
By the way, to Sammy, to answer Sammy, but hold on, Souls, because you just spoke and then you went into a whole nother conversation, you guys.
I'm not. I didn't even get
to answer the question because I did actually preference this. At the start of the season, I needed him to win a trophy this season. I started off the season with wanting him at least to win a cup, but then changed, I think, 2-3 months maybe into the season. I changed it to actually saying I think we need to win a league this season because I don't think the cups are enough, in my personal opinion. But here's the thing. With what you're talking about, Souls, and you're saying, I think he deserves 1 more year. That's okay for a manager that's maybe been winning the smaller cups. If he had been winning the smaller cups, I would 100% be with you. I'd be like, you know what, mad season. Let's just give Arteta another season. Let's just see what he does. At least he's been bringing trophies into the club. Do you know what I mean? Regardless on whether you think they're big trophies or small trophies, at least he's bringing some sort of silverware. These men are feeling the wins. These men are feeling winning a trophy together. That's a big thing, by the way. No matter how big the trophy is, I know Ash doesn't really rate the League Cup, but if these men win the League Cup, bro, just that feeling of working together as a team to get to that final stage and then get over the line and win that cup breeds that winning mentality within the team. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
This guy has no credit in the bank. Yeah, he won a FA Cup. We congratulate him for it. Man City.
Depends on what you class as credit.
What I class as credit is when you build your team and you have players that we would class as close to, if not some people would even say they are at the moment, world class. You should be winning trophies. For him to not be winning trophies is crazy, bro. That's not credit in the bank, bro.
So where Arteta came from, the team that he took over, you think from that point, Sammy and Saad, to now, you don't think he's bought himself credit in the bank to have 1 regressive season?
No.
Because 5 years,
it's
been 5 years.
For starters, this is the second highest paid manager in the world. So it's not like he's doing charity or giving.
We're not looking at business, though, Ashraf. Why are you looking at business? You don't own a share of Arsenal. It doesn't matter.
No. The reason I'm saying that is because you get that kind of money. The reason I'm saying that, you can make your jokes, but the reason I'm saying that is because you make that kind of money, you win things. You get the kind. The reason the club is investing the kind of money in you is to get us over the line. And the last thing I'll say about.
Would you say the same thing?
No, because I would say based on it depends on the resources, how much money we spend on the club, on the players. If we're a club that's spending like,
I wasn't even making a joke.
I have no idea. Like honestly, I don't even think it was that funny.
I don't know why you even laughed.
Because it's the way you just dropped it, man. I said you don't own shares in Arsenal, bro. Relax. Why are you talking business?
The reason, the thing is, guys.
No, because
sorry.
It still wouldn't matter. He'd still want him out. Even
no, because it depends on how much money we're spending overall on the team, not just on the manager. The reality is, guys, this thing of us sacking a manager and getting someone who can progress us and hopefully take us over the line, it only works with quality players. And for me, the reason why I would want us to do it this summer, right?
No good.
Yeah, the reason I want us to do it this summer is because if we don't sack Arteta, the longer we go with him, the bigger chances we lose, because we're already probably going to lose Saliba in the next 2 seasons. There's a very good chance that we start losing some other players, or other players start turning their heads into going to other clubs that will want them to go and win other trophies. A manager, all these examples I gave you guys of Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola, all these managers that came into new clubs and won trophies in the first season, right? They did it because they came into already good teams. They were just in a bad environment. They were just in a bad situation. They were just being mismanaged. They were just not given free range to attack and score and go and create chances and stuff like that. If the longer we wait with Arteta, in my opinion, the worse we leave the squad for the new manager that'll come in. So if we go by what Souls is saying, let's give him 1 more year. And I guarantee you guys, and mark this, 1st of March, we just entered 1st of March and over here for me in UAE. A year later, Souls will be saying, if he's not lying and if he's telling the truth about him wanting him sacked next season if he doesn't win the Premier League or Champions League, Souls will be sitting with us a year later saying, guys, you guys were right last year. He's not getting us over the line. Let's sack him. Right? And then I will ask Souls this question a year later. Yeah, what the hell took you 1 year too long?
You're right. You say, why do we wait a year? And look, guys, I want to be clear here. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm very happy with Arteta. We should give him a new contract. I'm also worried. My mind is not fully made up about him because his domestic performances have been poor. Some of his subs have been poor. Champions League form has been poor over the last 2 years. There's a lot of things.
So why not take
that
leap of faith and make the move? Why not take the risk?
No, because I don't think that's it for me. For me, I don't think it's give up.
But don't you think that's an emotional response? Don't you think that's an emotional attachment? When you say that's not it, yeah, because you're referencing the good memories he's given us over the last 4 years.
No, but I don't feel like. No. Look, I agree with you that you shouldn't have an emotional attachment to Arteta. I don't have one. If I did, I wouldn't call for him to be sacked next year. By the way, I don't have any emotional attachment to Arteta. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a good tactical coach. I think he sets up well, and I think that first season that he challenged with Tomiyasu and Ramsdale, he overachieved. That was all on him, by the way, because the team he had was not very good, and I think he has a lot of credit in the bank for what he's done and how he's transformed our club.
The team he's had which season? Which season are you referring to?
The season we signed Ramsdale and Tomiyasu when
guys, I'm sorry, I've had this argument. Everyone has been doing this argument the last couple of weeks. Our players are good enough. Like
Ashraf, I'm not.
You can give him credit for signing them and coaching them, yes. But don't say they were not good enough.
Ashraf, I'm not going to get into a discussion about that because it's not relevant enough to this point that we're making here. All I'm saying is that season when we signed those players, everyone laughed at us. Every pundit in the country was saying, "What are these signings Arsenal have signed? They won't finish top 4. The years we've finished top 4, we challenged for a league that year. He overachieved. Everyone knows that. Your point of the team was good enough is your opinion. I'll allow you to have it.
That's not the season we challenged for the league, by the way. That's not the season. We challenged for the league the next season.
No.
That season we bottled top 4.
No. That summer when we signed Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, and everyone,
we bottled top 4 that season.
The season after we challenged for the league.
Yeah, the season after, not that season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that season we overachieved. But anyway, Arteta has brought enough credit from how he's transformed our club. Give him 1 more year. If he doesn't do it, then sack him. But
I think his credit was last 2 seasons. I think this season he lost credit.
Okay, if you two and Sammy, by the way, Sammy, because obviously I know you follow the same premise. If you guys can present me a logical plan, pretend you guys have shares at Arsenal and you guys are part of the senior management team. If you guys can present me a logical plan as to who's going to come in and guarantee, and obviously nothing's guaranteed in football, but I mean, tell me.
There's no guarantee in football.
No, yeah, exactly. Tell me who's going to come in and tell me how this process is going to work to a point where next year we have to win a Prem or a Champions League. Then I would sit there and go, maybe I can see that argument. I still want to agree with it. I can see it right now.
I can tell you that very easy. I can tell you that very easy. It all depends on what.
Last time you said who did you say? Conte, did you say?
No, I never said any manager's name. Conte.
There's a guy in the chat who was saying a name.
Last time he said a name. I remember because we discussed it on the Koora pod, and he was like, if this guy comes in, I think he'll be able to win it. I think. Oh, sorry, yeah, Enrique. You said Luis Enrique. Do you know we discussed?
I named Luis Enrique because of the example you gave. Because you said you rate Luis Enrique higher. But anyways, I'll come to it. The question Souls is asking is, can you give me this proposal of who do you think could come in, get the team to do better? I think it depends on what you see as the problem. Because for me, I think Arteta's skill set and management skills in getting teams over the line in high pressure situations, right? And going up against good teams and a good manager and managing difficult situations like injuries and stuff like that in a title race, I don't think he's got good enough skills to get us over the line. So for me, that is the gap I'm trying to fix. Because I think even if we get Gyökeres, even if we get Barcola, even if we get Kimich, even if we get Zubimendi, I think that will not fix Arteta's deficiencies, right? I think, yes, we will be better, We might progress from what we did this season. We might finish with 90 points next season. But if we're in a title race with City, we will collapse towards the end, because I don't think Arteta knows how to get the team over the line in a difficult title race against another team or two. So if that's the deficiency I'm trying to fix, which is Arteta's lack of skill set, Arteta's lack of know-how, then it's, for me, insane to stick with him when I know even if the other things go right for me, this gap is still there. So I would rather take the risk of, let's go fix these issues, right? Which can even be fixed under Arteta. But this one issue that Arteta has it in him, it's just his limitation as a manager. Let's take a risk by trying to find another manager. How Liverpool found Slot, how Barca found Xavi, how they found Hansi Flick this season, and all the other examples I gave. Let's go find another manager who can also fix the second issue, right? Which Arteta will not be able to fix, because he's shown over the last 3 years that's a limitation.
But that's following the premise that you believe our team is good enough as it is now to win a Premier League title.
100%.
Can I give you a plan?
Yeah.
Can I give you a plan?
I don't think.
I'll give you a plan.
Easily are. Very easy.
I'll give you a plan. Arteta doesn't win the Premier League this season or anything, yeah? Sack him. We have to take the hit on the 15 million or whatever it is. I think it's going to be 30 million because it's till 2027. So his contract.
I wouldn't even pay 30 million to sack him. I wouldn't even pay 30 million to sack him. I would never pay 30 million to sack him.
Okay, that's
I'd rather keep him.
That's perfectly fine. Let me just give you my plan, and then you can tell me what you're gonna do. So my plan is sack him. Unfortunately, take the hit on the 30 mil. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. We have to move on. My point of view, I'm going to build up a short list of managers. I see people in the chat saying Inzaghi. Please, people, use your brains and think. Inzaghi would never work at the club. The reason why is that he will not use wingers. He will not use wingers. What are we going to do with Saka? Where is Saka going to play? Would you like Saka to play at right wing back, where he's doing right wing back roles? Like, what are we doing here? Am I lagging, by the way?
Yeah, you are lagging.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I thought it was my thing.
Sorry, I should be back now. I'm good, yeah? I'm good. Yeah, I'm lagging. Sorry. Inzaghi does not use wingers unless dial-up was moving mad. Unless you want to sit there and have Saka playing at right wing back and have him doing right wing back shifts, that's up to you. But I'm not going to go with that guy. I'm going for three managers. I'm going for Allegri. I'm going for Nagelsmann, and I'll go for
Which Allegri? The Juventus Allegri.
Allegri.
Yes.
What's
the problem? What's the problem with Allegri?
Guys, dusted. It's not 2015 anymore.
Are you crazy? It doesn't matter. He's an experienced manager who has winning pedigree, bro. What are we talking about, bro?
To be fair, he has one.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Guys, let's go get Mourinho. Mourinho has won stuff. He's won way more than Allegri.
No, anyone but Mourinho.
So Mourinho's type of management is he has gone there and ruined clubs, bro. We know
Allegri as well. Allegri's the kind of guy.
He'll win.
Like
no,
Conte,
he doesn't.
He doesn't,
bro. Mourinho goes to clubs, he wins, but then he ruins the club, and that's it. Ends it off.
Sad. Allegri
my opinion
is a manager that fights and yells at players. Our team cannot handle that.
Okay,
our team needs
someone. How do you know they can't handle that? How do you know
baby them?
How do you know they can?
A little Odegaard.
Do you know them personally? Do you know the Arsenal players personally?
Because we see the style of management. If you look at the Amazon documentary and all that crap, you see how it is.
But Sad. I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Sad. Sorry.
No, Sad. It's one thing. You said, we can't bring in him because of where's Saka going to play. You know, if Arteta leaves, Saka's like, our team is built based on Arteta's tactics. If any manager comes in, he can put anyone where he wants them to play.
It's not. It's not based on Arteta's tactics, because Arteta has played three different types of ways. We've seen this, bro. He's played the counter-attacking way. He's played the
so what was the season? What was the season where we were the second highest goal-scoring team in the league? Was it last season, Ashraf?
Yeah, last season and the season before. He broke it 2
seasons in a row. So our style of play last season and the season before being one of the most elite goal-scoring teams in world football, who is that down to? Not Arteta at all. You're not even giving that to Arteta.
No. I understand that Arteta has used up different tactics. I understand
That has
in order to get goals. Yes.
To make us one of the most elite goal scoring teams.
Okay, that's fine. But elite goal scoring teams and winning a trophy, brother, there's a difference. Yeah. Okay, great. We scored goals, brother. Where is the trophy at the end of it? It's not there. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but Ashraf said that
in the grand scheme of things. No,
and
this season he
well.
has. This season he has. Last season he started defensive. Last season, although we scored the most goals, he started defensive. Then we had the whole Dubai. Oh my God, Dubai happened, and these guys got a bit of warm weather training. All of a sudden, man are just like flying on the pitch, bro, and doing a madness. Yeah. So let's just relax and not act like he hasn't been playing defensive. Especially this season, where it's been negative football, bro. Negative football.
Wait, Saad, who's the third manager? I want to hear this.
I want to go back to it. So I would go for 3 managers.
Now you guys are arguing about which manager. They don't even agree on the manager they want to bring in. And
brother,
because I agree with Saad's premise. Saad's trying to be the board. He's like, let me pick the managers. That's not our job. I didn't know who Slot was.
Yes, that's perfectly fine. But I'm just putting managers out there that I would be comfortable with bringing to the club.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm just putting my opinion on a plan,
stream, on a plan of action.
So
on a plan of action.
I said Allegri. I said I would get Allegri. I said I would get fucking hell, who did I just say, man? Fucking.
You only said
Allegri. Who did I just say? No, I said Allegri and fucking. Oh my God.
Just give us your third name. Give us your third name.
Nagelsmann. I understand that Xabi Alonso is unattainable, and to be honest, he plays the same thing, which is the wing backs. But I think with Xabi Alonso, there's definitely he can play with wingers, bro. He can alter his play style to play with wingers. And
he won't come to us.
But he won't. Yes. He will never come to us because he's going to Real Madrid. Zidane, there's no point trying to knock at that door. We already know he wants to play. He wants to manage France. My third name,
and I don't know if he's good enough.
My third name, I actually think he is good enough. But regardless, my third name, who I would actually bring in, is somebody that we mentioned in this stream today, which is Xavi Hernandez, bro. I would actually bring Xavi in because I think Xavi does have a winning mentality, does have the ability to take people to get his team over the line, which he has shown. So those are the 3 managers.
Of all the names you mentioned, Xavi's the only one I can agree with. The reality is, Saad.
You don't even want Nagelsmann. Are you crazy? Are you skunk?
Nagelsmann, he hasn't won.
Nagelsmann's a good manager.
He's a good manager, but I think he's another Arteta in that version. Like, I don't think he's not gone and done.
What?
When he took over,
you stink.
This is what happens bro. This is what happens when these noobs watch like 1 or 2 games outside the Premier League and they pretend like they know what happened.
This guy
Nagelsmann took over. Do you guys think Company? Do you guys think Company is a good manager?
Some like football analyst, bro.
Is Company a good manager?
I think he's a decent tactical coach. Yeah.
Is he a good enough manager to win a league in the Premier League?
Wait. No. I have one question, by the way, and I'll let you land. Do you guys only class good managers based on what they've won, or do you guys rate?
I look at how they.
Let me finish. Do you guys rate people like Thomas Frank? Like, do you guys rate managers that have played for poorer teams but have achieved decent things in terms of position?
But they'll always be. Yes, but they're
because because Saad has only gone for the elites that have won things. It just seems like
can I explain to you why? Can I explain to you why? And Ash was just about to say it, by the way. I can't lie. Ash just glitched out there, bro, and he just said something, and I just saw him like this. But no, hold on. But Ash, here's the thing, yeah, because Ash was just about to preface this, just about to say what I was gonna, my answer to you, yeah, because you're asking me why do I not name any of these like smaller managers and stuff. When you're at a smaller club, yeah, there's some pressure, but not that kind of pressure that you get at a big club. At a big club, there's mad pressure. Yeah, you need to win. You need to do this. Maybe not here. Yeah, maybe we do the family style. But at other big clubs, you get the real pressure. Like, you got to come in, you got to win. If you don't win, you're getting sacked. Yeah. So this is the difference. This is why I'm not naming smaller managers, because now I'm in a position where I need this team to win within the next 1 to 2 years.
Can I tell you my
Yeah.
3 managers, Sad?
I actually want
Go
to hear
ahead,
this.
bro.
Go on, Sammy.
My 3 managers are available and attainable. I'm not gonna go with crazy names that we really cannot get from another club. I have Mancini, you have Xabi Alonso, and you have Diego Simeone. These are attainable managers that we can are better than Arteta.
Mancini.
I wouldn't want any
Mancini
of those
who?
managers.
Like
Roberto Mancini, bro.
Yep.
come on, Sammy. Guys.
Yes. At least this guy knows how to win. I know that he's not the best.
But Sammy, it can't just be based on that. Like you need to look at how he develops young players, how he develops smaller teams.
We are not in this stage, Sol. This is the thing. We are not in this stage where we are gonna do an overhaul and start over. You are in a point that you think and believe that your players are ready to win. This is what I sense from you guys, that we are almost there to win. So we need that coach who knows how to utilize his resources. This is what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that Mancini is the best coach in the world, but I think that he can manage his team very well. Diego Simeone as well. Mm-hmm.
Guys, the reality is, so first of all, just to go back on the Nagelsmann thing, the reason I don't want him is because when he took over a big team like Bayern, he failed. He was going to lose the league to Dortmund. And luckily for them, they sacked him before that even happened. And I think they ended up winning it somehow on the last day when Jamal Musiala ended up scoring that goal. He has taken over a big club. And in my opinion, he wasn't that impressive. He started well, but towards the second half of the season, he didn't do that well. And to answer Sol's question, I do rate managers that are in lower clubs. The only thing is, as Saad said, it's
a risk. It's a very high risk.
It is always a risk because you don't know how they'll handle the big pressure later when they move to a big club. How will they handle big
But are they
egos?
good managers?
How will
Are they good managers?
Yeah, they can be good managers, but there'll always be the question mark. I'm saying I don't want us to take a risk on a question mark. I was okay with taking a risk on a question mark 5 years ago when we were 8th, 100%, which is why when we signed Arteta, I wasn't mad about it. Now, when we are challenging for a league, we shouldn't be doing that. Real Madrid would not do that.
So right now we should only sign managers that
Bayern would not do that, or Bayern shouldn't do that. At least.
No. I know. So basically, you're saying
the third thing, just so I don't forget my train of thought. The third thing is you guys need to stop naming managers like Ancelotti, like Allegri, like Conte.
No, Allegri was Saad's manager. Allegri was Saad's manager.
Yeah. I'm naming everyone that's been named, like Mancini. Guys, football has changed. Please, guys, understand. Most managers now that are upcoming and doing well are the ones that are coming in with fresh ideas, with progressive football, and have been trained in that kind of way of football. The Pep school of system, if you want to call it, or the club system, or whatever you want to call it. Look at someone like Slot, how he's doing it this season. Look at freaking I know Hansi Flick is a bit older than these guys, but he still plays in that kind of way. I mean, his treble-winning team with Bayern was
say Hansi Flick because he's unattainable, bro.
I know.
Hansi Flick would have been my number one option, bro.
Bro, I understand.
Unattainable, bro.
Xavi Hernandez, same thing. Xabi Alonso, same thing. Thiago Motta, if you guys said it, I would have understood. Okay, as well. He has
if I was to get one manager from the smaller leagues, you know who I'd get? Areola, bro, from Bournemouth.
Yeah, even Areola. See, even Areola. That's a mistake people made with Graham Potter. People made the same mistake with Graham Potter, and he failed at Chelsea.
Ashraf,
you need to wait for it on him.
Just so I'm clear, you guys would only go for managers that have bought credit in the bank with titles that they've won for previous clubs in terms of big clubs.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be big clubs. That's the funny thing, because I think winning a league title.
What do you mean? But Ange, but it has to be big because obviously Ange has won trophies.
But by the way, here's the funny thing. I actually don't think Ange is a bad manager. I wouldn't take him right now because I don't like how he tarnished his legacy at Spurs. But he's coming with a winning mentality. He's the kind of manager who knows how to win. Yes, I know he's done it in Scotland, and I've used that against him when people are saying he's going to kill it in the Premier League, because it's not the same. But I think his style of football, his philosophy of I'm going to attack and make sure we're attacking no matter what's happening, that actually works with big clubs. The problem with Ange is that he tried doing it with a small club like Spurs, and he didn't have the kind of players to do it with that kind of team. But my point is, if we get a manager that has good winning experience, And then the club go do their due diligence by studying the data, by studying this manager's philosophy over the last 3, 4, 5 years, by studying how he coaches the players, by studying how his training routine is, by studying how he approaches games, by studying how he develops some of these youngsters, by studying how he sets up his formation, how he deals with pressures, how much pressure has he gone through in his entire career? Has he ever been in title races? Has he ever won a title race where he was facing difficulties? When you that's why I'm saying it's not our job, because we don't have access to all that data. I don't get paid millions to go study every single data about these managers to tell you, okay, this is the data point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't know about that, Ashraf, because I don't think.
And that's why I'm saying
No, but Ashraf, I don't agree with that premise, because I don't think managers go through a whirlwind. I don't think club directors and things go through much data to decide. Bro, that's why clubs get managers wrong.
100% do.
No,
that's how they got stuck.
No, because clubs get managers wrong all the time. What was the data to hire Solskjaer?
Yes,
what was the data to hire?
You are smart enough to know you could do all the forecasting you want. You could sign contracts with the biggest 7 consultancy companies in the world who will all tell you this is the way to do things, and things could fail. Of course,
exactly. So there's
the probability of it failing is lower. We're going by probabilities. We're not going by what's definitely going to happen.
So then saying you don't get paid enough to say which manager you should sign, then you don't get paid enough to say when a manager should go either. Because then to let go of someone, you need to have a clear plan in place. You're not just going to let go of people and just stand
No, it's not the same. It's not the same, because when I say let go from manager, I'll tell you why it's different.
You're the only one in this stream that hasn't given a manager that you'd like us to sign.
I'll tell you. I have a manager in mind, but he's never going to join us. But
who is it?
Wait. Before I tell you, I need to finish this. The reason why it's easier to say this manager should leave versus saying this manager should come in is because when we're judging a manager who should leave, you're watching him week in, week out for the last 5, 6, 7 years. Right? You're watching everything about him. You're getting all the news because it's your club that you're supporting. So you're getting to know every single thing about that manager in a span of 4 or 5 years. When we're talking about signing managers, we don't put in that same effort for all these other managers.
What's in the manager's CV, Ashraf? What's in the manager's CV?
No.
If you're shortlisting managers,
yeah, it depends who you're talking to. If you're talking to a fan, the only thing they will see in a CV.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Forget about the fans. I'm asking you.
You're asking me what?
I mean, if you're gonna say a manager is good or bad based on certain things, right? Like a CV, for example. So what the things or aspects in that CV based on it, the criteria you're saying this manager is good or bad?
All the things I need. So it depends which club we're talking about. If we're talking about a club going for a title versus obviously club going for a title versus a club trying to finish in the top half is very different. If we're talking about
Arsenal, yeah, we're talking about
Arsenal. I meant all these things I mentioned is what I would look at. I would look at A, does this manager have experience winning leagues before? 2, does this manager have experience going through high pressure moments, dealing with adversities like injuries? Has this manager ever been in a situation where he was challenged in a title race and had to come out on top? How is this manager's spending been? Has he just overspent compared to all the other teams in the league, and he just ended up winning because he spent way more money? I would look at all these factors, right? And also then look at the playing style. How is this manager's playing style? Is he playing attacking football that works for the players we have? Is he able to coach young players? Because we have a lot of young players, unfortunately, that he needs to be able to coach. How does he adapt with egos? How does he adapt with this? I don't have all that data point, but if I had all of that, that's what I would look at.
So you're saying a manager who can, adapt to the situation he has, like injuries, whatever, sign the players that he thinks that he needs and actually land those signings and getting over the line, right? Am I getting that right?
No, land those signings I didn't say because that's not fully on the manager all the time.
But the choices, at least the choice, right? So
but at least the choices they're choosing. Yeah, 100%. The choices they're making.
So on that basis, all this leads to one very simple thing, which is winning a trophy. This is what I'm trying to get at. We need a coach to win a trophy.
But that's the thing, Sami. It's wrong because I wouldn't pick someone like Ancelotti, who I don't think can succeed in teams like us. I think Ancelotti has because
you have to convince me there. Why you wouldn't sign Ancelotti?
Very easy example. Napoli.
Okay.
Sorry, Napoli were exactly the Arsenal before Arsenal. I can't remember the exactly 2014, 2015, but anyways, I'll give you the first season.
Okay.
Finished second behind Juve with like 82, 83 points. They were like 9 points behind, finished second, right? Next season, progression by Sarri, finished with 85, 86 points, only 5 points behind Juve. Juve were like 91. I think these guys were at 86.
Okay.
Third season, they finished with 91 points. So the 91, which is what Juve won the league with the previous year. They progress, but Juve took it a step further and won with 95. But the point is, every single year with Sarri, they were getting closer and closer and closer. They were playing attacking football, proper, beautiful attacking football. That's when they had Higuain and Mertens and Insigne and all these guys and Jorginho and stuff. Then Sarri gets a dream job to come to Chelsea. He comes to Chelsea. I think they only lost Jorginho that season, right, from the players that he had. And they got Fabian Ruiz and stuff. Guess who they signed? Carlo Ancelotti. He couldn't do it with that team. He went to Napoli. Of course, unlike the teams he's been in before, like PSG, like Bayern, like AC Milan, he's not in clubs where he can just go and say, I need Kaka, I need this, and he'll go spend. It's Napoli, unfortunately, and restricted. He regressed tremendously, finished 12 points behind Juve that season. And then the next season, they sacked him in December because he was regressing even further.
But I can counter that with this season, right? You see Real Madrid this season. Who's their defenders?
But that's the point. He in Real Madrid, Ancelotti gets zero say in signings. Florentino Perez says, whether you like it or not, Ancelotti, I am getting you Mbappe. You better deal with it or get the hell out of my club. Whether you like it or not, I'm getting Bellingham. You either deal with it or not. So literally someone up there giving Ancelotti all the players. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. He's an amazing world-class manager, legendary manager. But Ancelotti has proven he can only do it when he's given the biggest budget and the best players. And then all he has to do is manage those egos.
It's not his players. Yeah. It's kind of contradicting.
Yeah. He's
no, because he can do it without his players. But the point is, he's a good tactician. He's a good coach. But he cannot coach a team like ours unless he gets the best of the best players. I'm not saying he doesn't get his players, but he still gets the world's best players. That's how he's won these titles every single place. At AC Milan,
the biggest clubs.
If we rate
the biggest and best clubs, because he is one of the greatest managers of all time, by the way. But anyway.
Yeah, but when he's been put in a situation where he wasn't managing the best team in the land, he didn't do anything. In fact, he regressed and they ended up sacking him.
You're talking about Everton?
Napoli. I just give the Napoli example.
And Everton.
Yeah.
But Everton is a small team, so I wouldn't. Yeah.
Guys, by the way, we're gonna need to wrap this up because we need to speak about the other topics as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kimich, guys.
Yeah.
So, guys, I guarantee you, Sam is gonna come in the next 5 minutes. And he's gonna say, "Oh, I don't talk about Arsenal."
By the way, guys, I just need.
By the way, I know nothing about Kimich.
So
you guys need to help me out here.
Okay, this guy, bro.
Like, where's the Kimich links coming from? I need to understand.
Okay, don't worry. I'll show you. Big up to AMT for the super chats. I need to go for the super chats. Big up, guys.
Big up, AMT.
For the super chats. I appreciate you. AMT saying what injuries Arsenal had last season, yet they didn't win the league. Take out Timber. I listen. I didn't say about injuries last season. I said that the excuse was referees.
No. He's responding. He's responding to Souls because Souls is like, oh, last season stuff. By the way, guys, not only that, I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you.
Let me just.
No, he was responding to you from last season. And guys, don't forget, by the way, City last season lost KDB for half the season.
Kevin De Bruyne for half the season, by the way.
Yeah.
Manager didn't make excuses.
Guys, just to address this point to the comment, it'll be very quick. I'm not saying Ashraf and to the comment that City were amazing last season. I'm saying we should have won the league last season, and we didn't. And the Villa game was our fault. And
that was the season. That was the season he gets another credit for, which was this season. Now it's 2 seasons in a row he's messed up.
No. I know, but I'm saying City
now you're saying give him a third season.
No, I'm saying City came off a treble-winning season. They have an elite team, right? And even when City had the injuries and weren't as good, City's drop-off level was still a high level, right? This season they've been really bad. Like complete drop-off, capitulation, right? But the point that I'm making is that Arsenal is that we should have won it last season. We didn't. But anyway, we've spoken about that. Go on.
Yeah. And big up Aaron, of course, for a super chat. Also,
big up Aaron, legend of the channel.
Yeah, W's for AMT and W's for Aaron in the chat, people. Please, man, for super chats, man, absolute legends. Big up Aaron saying you can't keep looking at other teams and what they're gonna do as to where Arsenal should finish. you need to concentrate on yourselves. You need, you're saying you need to concentrate on yourselves, basically. Stop looking at other teams. We need to concentrate on where we need to finish. We need to concentrate on what we're doing. And what we're not doing, well, what we're doing is not enough. Like we're constantly looking at, Liverpool had all of their players, or Man City is just such a great team, instead of looking at where could we have done better, which is there's games where we could have done better in both of these seasons.
And that's why I'm saying sack him, because he needs a perfect condition, otherwise he won't win.
Yeah. So guys, big up to you guys for the super chats. Now to bring you to what we were talking about, Kimich. Let me just get Florian Plattenberg. I don't know why
I feel you. I
don't know why Ash is scoffing.
Link,
to be honest, I don't know why Ash is scoffing. I don't really mind it, to be honest. But
What is it?
We need to. I understand that we need to get attacking signings. So it's not the one. That
man.
Even as a midfield, even if we need midfielders, I would not get Kimich. We are honestly such a retarded.
No. What's going on?
That's
I think he's going to be a free agent, so
that's
dollar value there.
That's mad. Anyway, let me just put this on the screen so I can show you the tweet that he put out. Let me just get it for you guys. Bear with me just a second. So this is the tweet from Florian Plattenberg, saying exclusive: for several days, Arsenal FC have been one of the clubs with a concrete interest in Joshua Kimmich and have held talks. Gunners would like to sign him on a free transfer as a possible replacement for Jorginho. Kimmich has now received 2 written offers from abroad, one from a Premier League, and that's the main reason why he's hesitant to sign a new deal with Bayern at least until 2028, and a salary of 20 to 22 million euros gross a year. Kimmich has informed Bayern about the offers, but from Kimmich's camp, it is said that discussions with Erbel and Frund are still ongoing for Kimmich. An agreement on a new contract remains possible, and Bayern are ready to negotiate again, but now only willing to pay the same amount or less.
Yeah, guys, I know you're going to discuss this, so I'm not gonna spend too long on it. I just want to give my initial thoughts. It's the first time I've actually seen this, right? Yeah. I think if he's a replacement for J5, right, and he's a replacement for Jorginho,
I don't think it's bad.
I'm assuming he's been bought as a backup, which is what Jorginho was brought in for. And if he had been brought in as a backup and he's going to be a backup, I don't think we should even spend 2 minutes discussing this. Again, in terms of him as a player, I think he has had an elite career, one of the greatest midfielders that I've seen live. Again, if he's going to be a Casemiro and he's going to come in and be a starter, then wrong. We're not paying 70 million for him with Casemiro. We're getting him on a free transfer. He's going to replace Jorginho. He'll be a backup. And he'll be there to come in when the players are not good enough in that position or have injuries in that position. Right now, if the concern I have is if signing him means that we're going to not sign better starters, which we need, like the replacement for Partey and etc., then that's a problem, which I don't think it will be, because I think we'll get Zubimendi instead of Partey, and Kimmich will not start. It will be Zubimendi, Partey, and Odegaard, and he'll be a backup like Jorginho was, and that will be it for it. I don't understand why Ashraf's shaking his head, because if Ashraf's going to argue that he's not even good enough to be a backup, then again we're just clutching at straws.
But a backup with there's a good comment here from Mr. Lego saying with more than 300k a week. You consider that as a backup?
This is the thing. People honestly need to use their brains. If we are gonna pay him,
the shareholder,
if we're gonna pay him 20,
he's doing the Moroccan.
If we are gonna pay him 20 million a year, which is exactly I just did the calculation. It's 307,000 pounds a week. He's not coming in to be backup. Even as backup, I don't want him. The reality is he's not a good midfielder. He's a good right back or a decent. I'm not even going to say good right back. He's a decent right back. Now with Ben White and Timber, I don't think we should get a right back. I think we're good there, right? And Tomiyasu, unfortunately, is going nowhere because he's done his surgery, so he's going to be here next year, whether we like it or not. We don't need any more defenders.
The salary is high. The salary is high, but you don't think he's a good midfielder.
That's what I'm looking at you sideways, bro.
Bro, I haven't watched him.
Guys, please forget that he scored against us last season.
Hold on.
It's not about him scoring against us. This is a brain dead take, bro.
I haven't watched him every game, but I'm telling you, I've seen Kimich have unbelievable performances in big games, in UCL semi-finals, in Champions League games. Kimich is one of the greatest midfielders
3-4 years ago.
I've seen with my eyes. He's sorry. What do you say, Ashraf?
Even for Bayern, bro. Even for Germany, bro. He was having.
No, bro. No one's gonna argue Kimmich's career. Kimmich's career is one of the greatest players in our generation. Similar to Casemiro, similar to Xabi. Listen, we're not gonna discuss his career now. We're not gonna dissect his career because he's.
Guys, when was the last season Kimmich had a fantastic season as a DM? Sorry, I'll rephrase it. Oh my God! Please, if there's any German fan or Bayern fan in the comments, please explain to this fraud.
Where's Ahmed?
And he's been playing better he's been playing as a right back most of the season, anyways. Last year,
bro.
But Ashraf, you're not a Bayern fan or a Germany fan. So what are you talking about,
bro? But I follow the Bundesliga. A lot of people have been criticizing him
to follow every league. How do you watch
last season? Was it the last season or the season before when he had a follow for Tuchel? I can't remember honestly. It was last season or the season before.
When the
reports came out saying he should not be playing as a DM anymore. He's been dying to play as a DM or a CM because that he thinks he's a midfielder. But his best position is right back. He's not a midfielder. There's a reason why Pep took him and threw him there. Actually, no, Pep took him as right back and threw him in the middle.
His age profile is not bad.
There you go. Thank you, TK. Even TK is saying Zir said, I don't know who Zir is, but I'm assuming he's a Bayern fan. He said he's having a bad season. What are you guys on about? He's 30 years old.
What does that mean, Ashraf? He's having a bad season. Yes, he might be having, but he's coming in for a backup.
He's not been good as a midfielder Souls for years.
The salary's
since Thiago Alcantara left.
The salary is high. The salary is high. I agree that we don't want another situation like Ozil Aubameyang. We don't want to bring players in that are over 30, paying them 300k a week. It's not worth it, I'm telling you, because it puts added pressure. And when he's on the bench every game, people like Ashraf and me and Saad and you, Sammy, are going to say we have a 300k a week player sitting on the bench. His point there, to be honest, I completely agree with.
When we can go sign a striker with that money.
Exactly, I agree with that. But if we remove the salary side out of it, for you to say that him coming in as a Jorginho replacement is not an upgrade on Jorginho.
But I cannot take out the salary things, Souls. It's not possible because
if it was 100k a week, would your opinion change?
As backup only, of course I'll take him. Yeah, as backup only.
Okay. So your problem is he's either going to be too high of a salary to have him as a backup, so he's going to start, and you disagree with that, or he's going to be a backup at 300k and it's a waste of money.
Exactly, 100%.
Okay, yeah, I can.
And by the way, even for 50k a week as a starter, I wouldn't take him. So starter, I would not take him regardless of what the salary is because he's not good enough to be a starter. As a backup, I would take him if we're paying him less money. Again, before people go like, "Oh, how do you care? It's not your money." I care because if the club spends 300k a week on this guy, they're actually going to make cuts somewhere else. They're going to say, "Well, sorry, we don't have money for a striker now."
How much is Jorginho earning?
I have no idea. Let me check right now.
What's Jorginho's salary?
Jorginho is on I think he's on like 80k or something like that.
It says 5.7 million pounds a week. Sorry, a year. A week. My God.
So how much is that?
Divided by 52. That's 109k. So we're tripling the salary for someone who is slight upgrade or maybe the same level as Jorginho.
Over 300k would make him a highest paid player. That's embarrassing. Because that's
why I'm telling you, if we buy him, wallahi, guys, I'm telling you, wallah, astaghfirullah, I shouldn't say wallah, but I'll still say it. We are not getting him to be a backup. Arteta, if he gets someone like him, he's getting him to be a starter somewhere.
So why is he bringing in Zubimendi then?
Exactly.
We already know he's bringing in Zubimendi.
To replace Partey.
Exactly.
Yeah. So who is he going to replace? Who's Kimich?
Yeah. Who's he going to come in for?
But that's the thing. I don't know if Zubimendi.
No, sad. He started now. He started.
How am I, guys? Are you okay? So wait.
When you see Ash start rapidly blinking,
I'll ask you guys a question. Okay, wait, one second. I'll ask you guys a question. And if you guys answer yes, it can happen. Wallah, I'll keep quiet. I won't even argue with you guys because then I'll understand you guys are brain dead. I don't want to waste my time. Do you think Arsenal will spend 300k on a player and bring him on the bench? Just say yes or no. Do you think Arsenal are the club?
I think we're that stupid.
I don't think.
I think we're that stupid. It could possibly happen. That's how stupid we are. But
Okay. Carlos, done. Then there's no point of me discussing.
But I don't think this whole 300k thing. I know he's got a deal with Bayern Munich, yeah, and I know he's got he's got that deal with Bayern Munich and whatever 22 million a season, whatever. But I actually think if he possibly could take a pay cut to go to another league, to try something new. There's something called. You know, he's on 300k right now, but there's something called like trying to go and have a new experience in a new league. He obviously knows it's a difficult league.
Come to Arsenal, a charity club, the club that takes Havertz and Jorginho and Willian.
But Kimich is not that same player, though.
Whichever big club, right, has a player that they're done with, or that's not they're done with, but a player that's getting to that age and they're slowly declining.
That's such a poor point.
You want to get rid of them. Arsenal is the club you send them to. That's it, right? Look at Liverpool. Liverpool last season went and got Szoboszlai, went and got McAllister, went and got Gravenberch. This season they're reaping the rewards because they didn't go get bumps at the edge of their career. They went and got talents, right? Like a World Cup winner, one of the best attacking midfielders in Bundesliga, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch. Szoboszlai when he was at Leipzig. And what's his name? Gravenberch, who was a talent. Yes, he was a flop last season, but he was still young. Some people had hope for him. They got a Dutch manager who got the best out of him. And we are here saying, hey, you know what? Kimich, 30 years old. Muller is Muller available, guys?
You just agreed with
I think we should get Muller. World Cup winner, top scorer.
You've just agreed with the signing.
Two-time treble winner.
Ash, you've just agreed with the signing if he's bought in on a lower salary. There's no confirmed reports that we're
as backup only.
Okay,
yes, that's what I'm saying. If Arteta, man, use your brain, bro.
If Arteta comes out,
but he's not going to come on 300k a week for backup.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying,
negotiate the pay cut.
Yes, exactly. I'm saying, what if we have already negotiated with him? Listen, you got to take a pay cut, but we want you to be a part of our squad. You're coming in with a younger squad.
Can I ask you a question?
General.
This is actually,
we want you to be hilarious. We want you to.
This is hilarious. This is like the Sane situation in the summer. Yeah, it's okay. Sane could come and be backup for Saka. Why should Sane leave Bayern Munich to be backup for another team that it's probably not going to win shit compared to Bayern? Why should Kimich be backup for Arsenal when he can be backup for Bayern?
Because they've been there for too long, bro. Sometimes players just want a difference.
He's German.
Sometimes players want to change sometimes. But I agree. No, sad. I agree with.
They leave. They want to change to be starters.
Also,
they don't want to leave to be backup
players. Managers, bro.
Sad. Hold on.
Hold on.
Sad. I agree with Ash. No, I agree with Ash that sometimes you have to question. Wait, hold on, Ash. I agree that sometimes you have to question a player's motive as to why he's coming. Because at the end of the day, if he's on 300k until 2028, why would he take 150 to come to Arsenal? Unless he's got some massive wedding in London or something. But at the end of the day,
no. That's not what I said. If he gets offered less salary to come into Arsenal and be a starter, I understand why he would do it. Yes, I get it.
But Ash,
that's my concern. He shouldn't come to be a starter.
If we're signing Zubimendi and we have Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Rice, who would he start ahead of? That's what we're asking you.
Habibi, that's not the question to ask me. It's the question to ask Arteta. If Arteta's signing, it's the same thing. It's the same thing I said. By the way, you know why that's completely debunked argument? Because that's the exact same thing.
That's point.
No. You know what? Yeah. You know why Saad's argument is a stupid crap argument?
Why?
Because last season, when Saad and I were sitting discussing, yeah, but how these rumors of Havertz playing in the middle, it's not true, guys. That's not possible because we got Rice to replace Xhaka. Partey is still there, and Partey is going to be obviously starting because he was amazing last year, right? Odegaard is our captain. Obviously, Odegaard is start. Anyone who says Havertz is going to be playing in the middle is just an idiot. They don't know what they're talking about. Who's he going to bench? Community Shield. Look, Partey, Rice, and Odegaard started together. Who's he going to bench? Guess what happened? The season started, and he dropped Partey to right back, and he played Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard. If Arteta wants to get Kimich, he can say, Rice, he's a new position for you. Play right back and invert. Zubimendi, if we get Zubimendi, by the way, it's not even confirmed. Zubimendi, Kimich, and Odegaard, you guys are starting.
So
Don't be
can I tell,
delusional.
so instead of acting like a fool in front of all these brilliant people that are watching this right now, how about you actually listen to my point?
People.
How about you actually listen to my point that I'm trying to make? Yeah, if you go back and you look at a freaking tweet that I put out, yeah, and I read it to you, clearly you didn't listen to a word that he said on that tweet. Clearly you didn't listen. You in that tweet, let me read it for you again, bro, because clearly you didn't listen. Clearly you didn't look at the tweet. Let me read it for you again. For several days, Arsenal FC have been one of the clubs with concrete links or concrete interest in Joshua Kimmich and have held talks. Gunners would like to sign him on a free transfer as a possible replacement for Jorginho. Not as a starter, for a possible replacement for Jorginho. What has Jorginho been at our club, bro?
Sad's right. Sad's right there.
No, he's not, guys.
Hold on. Jorginho, what has he been at our club? Jorginho at our club has been a backup, has been behind the two midfielders, Partey and Rice.
So just to make it simple, guys.
I can destroy that argument, but let Sami go first, and then I'll destroy the argument.
Very simple. I'm gonna wrap this up quickly. Ashraf, would you take him as a squad player with 300k a week? Yes or no?
Zero chance.
Sad, would you do that?
Not at 300k. I would want him to take a pay
cut.
So
no, Souls.
No, he'd have to take a pay cut. But I think he's a good. I think he's a brilliant.
I don't believe he will. I don't think he will get a pay cut because he's 30 years old. He's not, like 35 or 36 to get a pay cut.
Saudi,
so I think
Saudi, man.
Saudi's a different.
He could take a pay cut now. He could take a pay cut now and then go to Saudi later, bro.
No, but Sami.
Sad.
But by the way, but Sad made a good point there to Ashraf. He's completely right.
He didn't. I was going to respond, but I wanted Sami to go first. The reason he didn't prove anything is because, first of all, if we believe this report to be true, which it might not.
No, it is true. It is true.
Okay, let's assume it is true, because I want to destroy Saad's argument with the thing being true. When they say replace Jorginho, they mean like someone going out the door, someone coming in. They don't mean like for like in terms of position. It's the same thing how reports are coming out that we are trying to get a striker, so we're offloading Martinelli or Trossard to make room, right? That doesn't mean the striker who's going to come in is going to play left wing, right? It means someone going out, someone coming in. How they play in our system will depend on how Arteta manages them. Like when we got Rice after Xhaka left, and then we got Havertz is the one who ended up playing Xhaka's position, not Rice. And the thing is, you have to think about it logically, guys. If he leaves Bayern Munich, right, he is definitely going to want that kind of salary, because why the hell would he leave otherwise? Let's actually go with the assumption he takes a pay cut. Let's say he says, I don't give a shit, guys. I do want to take a pay cut. Let's go by Saad's example. I want to go try a different challenge. Why would he take a pay cut and go sit on the bench? He would obviously take a pay cut to start. He wouldn't take a pay cut to sit on the bench. Otherwise, he will stay at Bayern Munich, or he'll take a pay cut and go start somewhere else.
But you don't know where
common sense.
You don't know where his mind is at, bro.
Exactly, Ash. You don't know. Some players want to change.
You think a World Cup winner, right, and a Champions League treble? I don't know if he was. I don't think. No, sorry, he's not a World Cup winner. I don't think he was starting at the time. You think a Champions League treble winner?
He got a World Cup medal. He did.
2014.
The Schürrle season.
2014.
The Goethe season.
2014. He wasn't there. What?
Did he not?
Wait,
did he not
2013. 2013, they won with Bayern, right? Champions League.
No. 2014. He wasn't. Was he in the German national team? Yeah, I'm checking it right now. So. I don't think he was, but if he was, then I guess fair.
Regardless.
Honors. Yeah, he wasn't there, guys. That's BS. He joined only in 2017. Anyways, let me because you deviated me from my point by giving me an incorrect stat that I had to destroy for you. The reality is, this guy will not. Someone like Kimich, who's a treble winner in 2020, right, will not be coming from a team like Bayern at the age of 30 saying, you don't know where his mind is. Someone like him obviously wants to play games. Schweinsteiger left Bayern Munich and went to freaking disgusting, dusty United. Not because he's like, oh, I love United, Ferguson. No, he came because he's like, I want to start games. And he started games and he's like, damn, I regret now leaving. My point is
somebody who we're not rating here. None of you guys rate him enough to bring.
No, they rate him.
I rate him. I rate him as a man. I am rating him as a midfielder. But Ash,
Sammy,
for 300k. I mean,
you cannot PK because I know my stats exactly. Thank you, PK.
Sammy, let me just present the argument very simply. I rate Kimmich unbelievably high. I would even, I'm not going to say, I would even rate him as high as maybe coming in. And if he performs really well, I get Ashraf's point. If he performs really well, he might be a starter. But Arteta won't know this until he signs him, or until the season starts. The point that I'm making it is this: I rate Kimmich amazingly highly as a backup player to Jorginho, because Jorginho is, I think, is an upgrade on J5. The salary is an issue, because I agree with Ash. Too high salaries in clubs make added pressure on the manager and on the player. And the argument will come: why did Arteta is spending 300k a week on a backup player? You saw what happened to Özil. Özil was on 300k on the bench, and people were ripping into the manager. So I think it's impossible that he will come in on 300k a week. Arteta will not make the same mistake again. But then I will question Kimmich's motive on, if you've got a contract on 300k a week until 2028, why are you coming in on a massive?
How come he has a contract 2028 and we're going to sign him for free? It doesn't make sense.
No, that's the contract on the table. It's an extension.
An extension on the table. Okay.
So his contract ends at the end of the season.
So for me, for me, as a negotiator, as a businessman, why would you say to Arsenal, "Yeah, I'll come for 150 if Bayern offer me 300"? And why? Also, Ash, think about why Bayern offered him
to start. Which he shouldn't be coming for us.
Ash,
but you don't know if he's going to start. You don't know the transfer plans.
300k a week, Ash. Ash, why Bayern offering 300k a week,
bro?
Are you guys okay? No, wait. Sorry. Soul. 1 second. Sad.
This is
do you think Kimmich will take a pay cut to be on the bench for Arsenal?
He might do. You don't know him.
1 second, Soul, please. I want to ask him. I want his answer.
He might do. Yes.
So you think he will leave? You think he will leave the bench of Bayern? Actually, he even starts for them in most games. You think he will leave Bayern?
You don't know.
Wait, I'm asking you what you think is probable. Don't tell me what you think could happen. Tell me what is most probable.
Yes. I think he can take a pay cut
to be on the bench for Arsenal. To be on the bench for Arsenal.
Yes, because maybe he wants to try something new, bro.
That's why. That's why Willian joined us. That's why Czech joined us. That's why Havertz joined us. That's why all these guys who reached 30 plus, they joined us because they wanted to be on the bench.
It's not the case.
No.
And
it's not even just about being on the bench. But it's not even just about being on the bench, guys. It's not just about being on the bench, bro. It's also about let's look at our team as a whole, yeah? And we look at how Arteta does his team and all of that shit, bro. Jorginho still plays a load of games. Jorginho still plays games, bro. Jorginho still has minutes. Let's look at how much minutes he's had this season. Jorginho still plays games. So
how many games?
Jorginho still plays
2, I think.
Started, I think, a handful. Maybe 4 or 5.
How many? Like in the Premier League and Champions League, how many?
4 or 5, I'd say.
So you think Kimmich is coming in to start 4, 5, 6?
No, but it's about the games where he's coming on as a substitute. It's about the games that he's coming on as a substitute.
Bro. See, no. Sad. I want to say one thing. I want to say one thing. Ash is laughing, yeah, but look, ultimately, I agree with Ash.
My brother.
No. That's fine. Ash can say, I agree with some points Ash is saying. I would question his motive. I would question why I would come on a pay cut. And I would think if you're going to come in on less money to be a bench player, unless you want to spend more time with your family, what you
no chance, Souls. No chance. If he has on the
that's
table,
number one. I would question his motive. The point that I'm making is that I also see Assad's point that some players do genuinely get bored of the routine and want change. So if Arsenal was to offer him 200k or 180k, he might not see that as a big enough pay cut. I might think, you know what, I'll come to be a squad player at Arsenal. Because I even question, but also I disagree with Ashraf that Jorginho, Willian, these players, I agree that they joined Arsenal for because they couldn't get any other contracts at their clubs. They needed another big contract with a lot of money, so they were dumb signing.
And their kids at school in London, huh?
Yeah, and I'm against signing big players on big money who are old and washed. The point that I'm making is that, Ash doesn't even rate Kimmich. This is the issue here. He doesn't even rate him.
Yeah, not for him to be a player.
Ash wouldn't even take him.
I would take Kimmich if we're challenging for top 4. I think for top 4 he's a good enough player.
But you're not. But you're not.
To win the league, he's not good enough to be a player for us. In my opinion, we can get better players.
No, but Saad's point is, Saad would take him as a backup, and you're
even as a backup. I think there are options that are better than him. That'll probably cost less.
Saad, no.
Anyway, listen, we need to move on from this stupid argument. and apparently my
It is a
think it was a
stupid
good
argument.
My,
It is a
my
stupid
points
argument, and majority of the
apparently
guys
my
in the
points.
comments
Apparently
know
my points.
who was making the stupid
Apparently
argument.
my points are getting dunked on, but they're not. But regardless,
They
it is what it
literally are.
is.
They're not just being dunked
But
on,
regardless,
bro.
it is what it
smashed
is.
on, bro.
But regardless, it is what it is. Let's do
Sad.
this. We need to
Ashraf
move
had
quick.
one guy agree with him, and he thinks that he's Jamie Carragher. Listen,
One
bro,
guy.
chill out.
One guy,
bro.
Ilyas,
Guys,
Kike, Lutfan, Mr. Lego, what's his name? Sorry, I don't want to mess this up. Al Guapo. Literally, all these guys are saying Ash is right.
Guys,
Johan,
guys.
Johan
By the way,
I'm losing my head. I am losing my head, Johan. Honestly, I am.
By the way, guys. Yeah, listen. I understand you lot are saying you agree with Ash. If this happens, I want apologies from every single person. If he takes a pay cut and comes to sit on the bench, I want apologies from every single one of you. Every single one of you.
Agreed.
Anyway, let's move on. I want to speak about Isak to Liverpool because that looks like it's building a head of steam. A lot of Liverpool reporters have come out. Nothing tangible. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Paul Joyce has come out. I'll be real. Unless Paul Joyce comes out and says something, I don't really believe it until he comes out and says it, because that's the guy who's known to be the guru for Liverpool news. So I'm not going to listen to it if it's not Paul Joyce. If Paul Joyce hasn't said it, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? He's like the David Ornstein of freaking Liverpool news.
No, but to be honest, but to be honest, if he does have a choice between Arsenal and Liverpool, I think he would choose Liverpool, and I don't think choosing Liverpool would be a bad idea either.
I don't think he chooses Liverpool. I think he actually comes to Arsenal.
No way.
The reason why he comes to Arsenal is because look at this guy's number. Look at how he's spoken about strikers and who he's mentioned before in when he's asked about strikers. He's mentioned Henry on multiple times in interviews. This guy obviously knows what it is to come to Arsenal. That number is free. There's a way that we can sort it out to get him the fee that he wants.
Yeah, but
as long as we can pay the money. Because if you look at the team that we have, the final piece that we need is that striker. He comes in, we win stuff. It's just that simple. So let's not act like it's completely out of the realm of possibility that he could.
Okay, but realistically, who do you think he would go to? Forget Liverpool. Like if everything is I think Liverpool as well. I actually think, funny enough, Liverpool fans will find this amusing.
I think there's a higher chance.
Let's say they offer the same.
I think there's a higher chance. I think there's a higher chance of Liverpool.
The offer for me
matters.
The offer for me matters because I actually think Liverpool will be able to offer better money than we will.
Let's assume for the sake of the argument, the offers are the same. 150 mil on the table with 350,000 a week or something like that. It's the same. Where do you think they will go? Liverpool or Arsenal?
Sorry, what was that?
I think Liverpool.
Assuming for the sake of the argument that both offers are the same on the table in terms of the money transfer value as well as the salary, where do you think he'll go? Liverpool or Arsenal?
Liverpool for sure for me.
I think he'd go to Arsenal.
I think Liverpool.
And I think he'd go to Arsenal, and I'll tell you the reason why.
That's hopium.
No, it's not even hopium. It's not even hopium. It's not even hopium.
Ramadan.
Hopium. It's not even hopium. I'll tell you why. Liverpool be the right choice for him to take, but the reason why I think he'd choose Arsenal over Liverpool is because we are in London, bro. We are a London team. Being in London is a big thing for players. Being in Liverpool is mad. It's cold. It's shit, bro. It's cold though up there, bro. Up north, it's cold. Being there,
how many players do you think really care about?
Freezing, bro.
Sad, you lost me there. Sad, you lost me there.
Being in London, you got the money, you got Central. Do you know what I
mean? You're really going on top of that. Today is not your day, bro.
Let me say one thing.
Guys, can I land?
No, Sad.
He lives in Newcastle, exactly. Thank you.
No, Sad. I'm sorry. I know your points are getting shut down today, and many people are laughing here. But did you just say that he's going to choose Arsenal because Liverpool is crap weather?
I'm telling you, it's
Listen,
copium, bro.
guys,
That's how you know
that's
it's
one of
copium.
the
but it's not even
worst
that.
That's how you know
It's
it's
not even.
copium.
No, but it's
I've
not
ever
even.
heard.
It's not even just that.
You know,
I'm just saying
you
it's
can
cold
trust that
because
we are
it
your
gets more
brothers, so
cold
that when you
up
go,
north, guys, hold on. But when I say it's cold, I mean up north is more cold than London, bro.
Sad.
I think we can all agree with that.
You
I don't know
understand?
why.
I'm sure he can
Sad,
afford a
sad,
heater.
sad.
He can buy a heater.
Sad,
But guys,
do you
but
trust?
guys, hold on. But
Do
guys,
you
hold
trust
on,
that we
hold on,
have?
hold on,
Sad.
hold
Well,
on,
no.
hold on. It's not even that, bro. It's about training.
Sad. You
this and
trust?
that.
You trust
you know
that
what I mean?
we are?
But regardless, yeah. But
sad.
regardless.
رانا خود ياك كلنا خود هنا كلنا اخوان.
يلا صافي تكلم يلا.
Please keep in mind, we're saying this for your benefit. Please do not go say this in other channels. You'll be looked at like a
Habibi,
dumbass.
can you not, Habibi, can you
That's a
not?
Wallahi, you'll be
horrific
looked at
point. That's a horrific point.
I've watched Al Ahwa. I've watched Al Ahwa.
Secondly,
These guys do nothing but grill. They will destroy you. Do not bring that point up again.
But okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. But my point still stands. He would choose us because we're in London because it's a better location for him, money wise. In a better location, do you know what I mean? London is big.
It's actually closer
London
for
is
him to
big,
Liverpool.
bro.
It's actually closer for him from where he's
Correct.
now.
Yeah, he stays in
No,
Newcastle. Yeah.
It's not about how
He
close
plays for Newcastle. Sorry.
I'm talking about
and if
the location. London is massive.
TK said, why doesn't Isak join FC Maldives?
Maldives, yeah, or go to LA Galaxy or Miami.
Bro,
Miami.
sad. Players join clubs. No. Players, guys, stop. Sad made a horrific point there. Players join clubs because of the project, because of the manager.
Exactly.
But it's also
and the
location.
pay and the money and the
No,
money.
it's also location. Yes,
Location.
it is.
There's no location.
It is location.
This is absolute
bro.
BS. No, it's
It
not.
is
Sad. I know you saw it
location.
in other arguments and you thought that's a good argument. It's a horrendous argument.
No,
you go talk to any player.
Argument. It's not a horrendous argument.
Has any player come out and proven it? Has any player come out and proven it and said, I moved here because of London? Has any player done it?
There's players, numerous players have said it. I can go and do the research. I can go and do the research and bring them back to you. I'll show that on Monday. I will bring back the research on Monday. I will bring back the research on Monday, and then we will revisit this point on Monday. But numerous players have come out and shown. But numerous players have shown that location is an important factor. Location is an important factor.
The only time
actually,
I think
Johan is
the only time I was about to address that. I was about to address that.
Johan is
about to address
brings up a very good point because
I was about to address that.
This.
Exactly. Thank you, T.
By the way,
he counters it incredibly well. The only time this location could play like a the only time the location could play like a 5%, maybe max 5% chance of influencing a decision, right? Is if you're already in a certain city and you don't want to leave that city to inconvenience your family. And that's only 5%. If a good opportunity comes, they will leave. If you go read the reports...
you're referring to Rice's example, right?
And Rice's example is a bad one because when City came in, when City came in and put in the bid, go check Fabrizio Romano's tweet, said Rice is open to both clubs. Right? He didn't just shut down City and say, F you, City, don't bother, because I'm not leaving London. I'm not going to go stay in Manchester. Who the hell wants to stay in Manchester? He was considering both. But he preferred Arsenal because Arsenal spoke to him earlier. Arsenal had a longer interest in him. Arsenal put in more effort. He liked Arteta's project, blah, 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 blah. So he ended up choosing Arsenal. And more money, or maybe more money. I don't know about how much City offered him in terms of money.
They offered him 90 million.
And as Ilyas said, thank you, Ilyas, this guy went from Spain, left the beautiful sunny Spain and went to Newcastle. So if he's done that, you think he's gonna be like, oh well, I can't move to freaking Liverpool. What the hell am I gonna do there? Like, are you guys okay? He's gonna think about the possibility of him developing, progressing, winning trophies, and becoming a legendary striker. And that is, in my opinion, assuming money's the same, as Sammy said in this, assuming all the other variables are the same, Liverpool is a better project for him. He's not going to be like, well, I grew up loving number 14, so I'm going to go and make it.
Here's the thing. I didn't even get to land all of my points. All I got to do was
Yes, that's true, T. Sorry, T.
All I got to
City
do
have
was land 2 points. All
I
got to do was land 2 points. You lot
and they were dead points. They were dead points.
You lot laughed at the second one and then just done a madness, yeah? So here's the thing, yeah? Here's the thing. But I didn't even finish. I didn't even give you the other points to say, oh, you know what? That was a dead point, but you actually brought up another.
Okay. Allah yarhamdulillah. When you go to the other channel,
don't use my words.
Yeah.
Don't use my words.
Please, Sad. As a brother, Because
but regardless, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We already got the memo. We already got the memo. Please
don't say it again, please. Don't say it again.
Anyway, I still think location is a big thing. But regardless, we'll bring. I'll bring the numerous players that have chosen location over another club. But anyway,
do you think it's more important than the project? Because
no. I never stated that. I never stated.
So land your
fine. But you believe Arteta should go this season. So do you think Isak will choose a manager who you think should be sacked over a manager who just won the Premier League?
But regardless on what we're saying, whether the manager should be sacked or not, regardless, Arteta does a very good job of convincing these players to do madness.
I agree with that.
Sorry, pause, guys, everyone pause. Once again, pause. Guys, this is wait, it's calm down. Guys, this is an absolutely banging show, as T said. We're giving you content. We're giving you elite entertainment.
Yeah, elite
we have 35 currently on.
Debaters.
Elite discussions, elite debates, banter, humor. Please smash the likes, guys, and share this. We're gonna try and make this as entertaining as possible.
And let Saad finish his point because he's having a stinker today. A stinker.
He's having a stinker. So before we get back to Saad's stinky point, please like the video, guys. Let's get us to at least 40 likes. It's out of
love. Bro, don't make me come to freaking Dubai.
Anyway, can I talk?
There you are, man. Listen, I can take it off. Hold that. Anyway, listen, don't make me come to Dubai. Don't make me come to Dubai and start doing a madness. Anyway,
but Saad,
I'll slap you all, bruv.
By the way, land your point because I'm actually leaving in a minute. Sorry, guys. I have to.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think that Arteta is very convincing as a manager. I think that's a good point as well. And I think the players that we have, in regards to Liverpool have aging players. I think they have the likes of Alisson, they have the likes of Van Dijk, they have the likes of Salah, who will be moving on soon. So yes, in the grand scheme of things, I think they're still contracts. That's not confirmed. Not confirmed by anybody big. It's not. Right now, it's still up in the air. You got
Sad. We're discussing.
You got man saying that Mohamed Salah is signing.
Okay, I get it now. So your point is you're assuming Salah and Van Dijk are leaving, and that's why he will pick. Then in that case, I agree with you. If Salah and Van Dijk leave,
but can I just land my point? Why do I always get? Why I see two words? I can't because every time I try land, this motherfucker taking off the fucking runway.
I'll mute. Yalla, land.
Sad losing his head.
You
lost your head. You lost it.
Because all I got to do was say the shitty point that you guys think is dog shit. And
no, please,
Sad, my good point.
The mic is yours, Sad. Please.
Let me start from the beginning now. Firstly, we had the point about location, which I still think is a key one. Yeah.
Move on.
We also have the one about Arteta being able to convince these players to do mad things, bro, to join the team, bro, to follow him and do a madness. Yeah. Continuously, even though we're not winning stuff, he still manages to get these big players to come, or still manages to get good players to come to the club. And thirdly, I think personally that not all of their experienced players and not all of their big players are going to stay at that club. I think they will see some of them leave. We already know that Trent's leaving. We don't know if Salah is staying. We don't know if Van Dijk is staying. Alisson, it's already being spoken about that apparently he's leaving. So we don't know if these players are staying. Yes, they've got slot. Yes, they've got this. Yes, they've got that. They're going to win the Premier League this season 100%. But if you look at our players, I think we've got a better team in regards to the future, and he comes in as that final piece. Imagine it, bro. Like it makes sense, and I could see Arteta presenting that as a very good project for him to join over Liverpool. That's the reason why I'm saying it. I'm not just saying it because it's bullshit, or I'm just trying to say, I'm just salty about Liverpool. I still think that Liverpool might have a higher chance than us, but I don't think it's mad, bro. I don't think it's a mad difference. Like, oh my god, he's definitely going to pick Liverpool. He's not even going to look at Arsenal. Like, I don't think it's that, bro.
He will definitely pick Liverpool. He won't even look at Arsenal.
That's just stupid. Then that is stupid
Yeah,
and dumb.
yeah.
But-
I don't think you won't look at Arsenal. I agree with Saad there.
That's stupid and dumb. But
Guys,
anyway, regardless,
we're linked with Sesko. We're linked with Zubimendi. Do you guys think we'll sign both and sign Isak? Forget Sesko. Let's say we don't get Sesko. Do you guys think we'll spend 50 million on Zubimendi and spend 110, 20, 30 million on Isak as well? And sign whoever else we need to sign, like wingers.
well, apparently we're getting a war chest of a summer, so I expect that.
I like the 2013 Wenger watch. Okay, fair.
Well, I expect that.
I've heard
war
this
chest.
7 times.
They told me watch. I've heard it freaking 55 times. So
then why do you believe it now? Why the 56th time is the believable one?
If we don't sign,
I don't believe anything at the moment. I don't believe anything at the moment. But I'm putting out my expectations. I'm putting out what I think could happen. I'm putting out the reasoning why Isak could come. You're talking about Sesko this, Sesko that, but I'm talking about, okay, if Isak comes to the club, this is why he's gonna come.
Regardless, do you think Arsenal will put
regardless on whether we can, regardless on whether we can spend the money, I'm just giving you guys the reasoning why he would come to Arsenal. That was the original question. You man are trying to bring random arguments to me, bro. I'm answering the question.
We're debunking your arguments, but
no, that's not debunking
argument. It is, but the reason
regardless on whether you just set up. Hold on, because here's the thing, yeah, you haven't debunked my argument because what at the start, Sammy set out parameters and said to us, if we're both offering the same money and we're both offering the same wages, why would he choose Liverpool over Arsenal? And I am telling you guys why he might choose Arsenal over Liverpool. That was the original argument. So you did not debunk that. Now you're bringing out some random shit. Are we even gonna pay the money? Like, bro, okay, we understand that this money and this
because you deviated because clearly you cheated. You cheated. Sammy told you, assuming the variables are the same, you deviated and you added, but Salah and Van Dijk will go. Assuming nothing changes in Liverpool, assuming nothing changes in Arsenal, and we both offer the same money.
If nothing changes at Liverpool and nothing changes at Arsenal, and we both offer the same money and both offer the same wages, then I think
Except Trent leaving, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Trent will leave, but I think he'd choose Liverpool then because he'll have a load of world-class players next to him.
That's our argument.
But I have different arguments though. But anyway.
Okay, guys, the reason why this is a dead argument just to end this with is because he's not going to even leave Newcastle, in my opinion. No, I don't think he'll leave Newcastle. Genuinely, I think Newcastle will fight tooth and nail to keep him.
If Newcastle don't get Champions League, it gets a real techie for them.
I don't think they'll sell him. I think they'll sell Bruno Guimaraes before they sell him because I think they can keep Joe Linton and Tonali.
He wants to play Champions League though. He wants to play Champions League.
I understand, I understand, but they have a lot of power. Harry Kane wanted to leave Tottenham, and Spurs just had too much power over him. Yeah, he signed a contract. He has a contract.
They're not like Daniel 1 year. Levy, bro. Daniel Levy is a weird guy, bro.
Do you know the PIF? What do you mean? These guys are Arabs. They will do things just out of ego. What do you want
about? But they will take the money and they will invest it properly in somewhere else and get another striker, get another person. I feel like they have the brains behind it, bro. Where even if they do sell him, yes, they might put on the offensive. We ain't selling him. But if we get close to the sum and then we purchase him, I don't think it's going to be a massive issue for them because I think they can go out. They'll have the correct people in place to get a replacement. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you're saying, oh my God, do you know who these guys are? Yes, I do. That's why I'm saying that they could get a replacement very well. It's very likely that they will get a good replacement for him.
I don't think they will, and I don't even think they'll want to sell him. But anyway,
guys.
And by the way, I think if Isak leaves, he's an idiot to go to Arsenal or Liverpool. He should go to Barcelona. In my opinion, he would absolutely destroy everything there in the next 4 or 5 years. But
that's so stupid. But anyway,
it's not stupid.
Listen, guys, that's stupid.
Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Hansi Flick, Pedri.
You're gonna leave one of the most competitive leagues to go play for Barcelona. Like, bro, it's crazy. Anyway,
are you okay? Luis Suarez left to go to Barcelona. He won a treble his first season. One of the best strikers of all time.
Anyway, guys, listen,
Cristiano Ronaldo left it to go to Real Madrid.
We're gonna speak. But the Premier League is much bigger now and much more competitive and.
That's no.
Yes, it is.
You not do your okay. I have to stop. Because you brought this up. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Continue. Guys, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm leaving, guys.
No, because I know
leave.
you're gonna sit here and talk about the competitive league and all of this,
Count
No,
me,
but
count me.
Real and Barca are
Guys,
out
give
of
me
this,
20, give me
sorry,
just 20 seconds. This guy said the league was not as competitive back then and all that. It was the Premier League. Back then, the Premier League, when Cristiano left it, it was Premier League teams that were making the semi-finals and finals of the Champions League. This guy probably didn't know at that time because he wasn't watching. Yes, it shows my age. I don't care, but I'll say it. 2009, when he left, United just reached the Champions League
Who wasn't watching?
Chelsea and United.
Okay, fine. So he was watching, but he was watching.
Why have all the pundits said
I
it's
said
harder
20
now?
seconds and I'm leaving, guys.
So why have all the pundits
2009, the United, when Cristiano left them, they had just reached the Champions League final, and Barca, who reached the Champions League final, everyone said dropped Chelsea in the semi-finals. 2008 was an all-English final. 2007, Liverpool were in the final. 2005, Liverpool won it. So it's absolute BS that, Premier League teams are not competing as much that time. They were competing. Then they regressed and Spanish teams took over, and then now Premier League teams look like they're slowly taking over again. Actually, I don't even know if they are taking over again because Madrid have won 2 of the last 3. That's all I had to say. So that's BS.
Okay,
Ash,
anyways,
guys.
why would Barcelona? How would Barcelona pay for Isak? Can you explain that to me, please?
How they paid for Rafinha? How they paid for
How? Where are they gonna get this money from now? No, because now we've seen them bringing Dani Olmo, bro, and they can barely scrape up the funds to freaking
and they got it done exactly. Dani Olmo literally
through a dodgy deal, which people were still
okay. That's your answer right there. That's your answer right there. They will do another dodgy deal and they'll get Isak. There you go. That's your answer right there.
This guy's not serious. Not serious. Anyway,
I am serious because they've done that continuously.
Guys,
by the way, okay, so what if Barca?
So okay, can I just guys?
Who's winning the Champions League according to you this season? You told me who's winning the Champions League.
Barcelona.
So if Barcelona win the Champions League, there's your money right there. That's it. 100 million just for winning the Champions League.
Oh my
Plus
God.
all the.
That's not how it works. These
That's
guys
not how it works.
Are you brain dead? This guy clearly, bro. This guy done economics.
So they can sign players. That's why you should listen to me.
You done economics in university. Did you do economics in university? Am I correct?
I did. And
yes,
I did.
Go return that degree, bro. Return that degree and tell them I need you guys to put me through.
So Saad's logic is
Saad's logic is
this guy.
Can I just speak and land the point? This guy is skunked. This guy, yeah, it's fine. You got Fajr, Hor, big up, man. Eat your food. This guy is acting like, okay, they get the money from the Champions League. It's not like Barcelona have debts, yeah? It's not like Barcelona have debts, yeah? Barcelona have debts that are up to their freaking knees in debt right now, yeah? And they've got debt left, right, and center, yeah? They got debt left, right, and center. They're also going through a battle with freaking De Jong about his wages and how they're gonna get paid.
And they still kept them year on year and not paying.
Hold on a minute. They're gonna randomly just pull up to Newcastle 150 million, and they're gonna give him 300k or whatever it is that he's gonna want, because he's gonna want big bucks, by the way. Like,
so we're saying, just to rebuttal this, and then I'm leaving. So basically, the team that has been spending big the last 3 seasons while they are broke will suddenly stop spending big when they get way more money because they actually won something major. Thank you, guys. Logic is clearly logicking with Saad today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, AMT. And
I'm about to wrap up the show. So why leave now? If I'm about to wrap up the show,
I thought because I thought you were
because I'm about to wrap up the show because these guys are in the same time frame as you. Yeah. Why am I going to keep them if you're leaving now?
Wait, Sammy Bedrock.
Sammy's in Saudi, bro.
Okay. Nice.
Exactly.
So Sammy's 1 hour behind us.
Yeah. Here we go. Look at this guy comes in here glazing like a bro.
Hassam, I know you're saying it as a joke, but
4-5 a.m. bro.
Hassam, wallahi, I know you're saying it as a joke, but go watch the whole clip. Wallahi, that's actually what happened today. I'm not even joking.
No. To be honest, we cooked Saad. It wasn't just you, but Saad had a stinker.
No. For this last one, but yeah, for the other ones, true. Right?
Anyway,
Saad had a stinker.
Big up to AMT for the super chat saying if that's the case, then every or almost all players Wenger wanted would have come to London, but that's not always the case. I'm saying it's one of the factors, but it's not always the factor. It's not always the main factor. But regardless, you guys clearly didn't understand my point. But big up to AMT for the super chat. Big up, man. Big up. Guys, listen. I wanted to talk about the top 4 race, but we're not going to be able to get to that. So hopefully on Monday we can discuss it, inshallah. But guys, listen, I appreciate everybody. Listen, we have held concurrent viewers of like 35 viewers, which is amazing for the channel. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. We are trying to grow. Of course, we're trying to get to 3K as soon as possible. So guys, please, if you can, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are out of here, and I'll see you on the next one, people. Peace out.
Big up. Ramadan Kareem, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, Ramadan.